they don't make
off your miniatures too?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Rich will want a piece of the Rough Riders. They're real money.
I've got, I've got a whole battalion of Chimmers. So, like,
Hi folks, I'm John. Welcome to this week's session of the Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign here at Immortals Inc. in Rocky River on the west side of Cleveland. Before we dive in, let's have everybody introduce themselves. You want to start us off?
My name's Richard McGuire, and I play a hobo named Samus.
My name is Tom Allman. I play an antiquarian named Mustafa.
my name is Brock, and I play Dr. Alexander, a professor from Miskatonic University.
I'm Nate Elwood. I play Father Cecil Sullivan.
And I'm Diana. I play Rose LaCroix, and I'm parapsychologist.
And Declan is out this week. Before we dive into this week's adventures, can I get a 6-sided roll from everybody, please?
5.
Not it. 2.
Tom, tell us what happened last time.
Let me get my notes.
All right.
Time to take good rest.
It's like the worst part of the game. To have to recap. I'm so scared. I don't want to
The
get
big die almost never fail.
Okay.
Madam,
I'll grab yours next time.
Madam Swallow was going to sell the scroll to Ho Fang. And I have in all caps, Mustafa convinces Madam Swallow to burn scroll, thus saving the world.
The world
That's
can end anyway.
pretty much all we need to know.
That's legit.
That's how I was going to recap too, so I would have done good. That's what I remember.
We talked to this dude named Wang Yang, who's about walking fish. The bad stuff that we read in the newspaper clippings basically was about Jack. He's a tall, tanned man. He was staying at the ill-named Seaman's Inn. bring your own sheets if you stay at the Seamen's Inn. That's all I gotta
Seaman's
say.
Club.
Oh, the Seamen's Club. I'm sorry. Same thing.
It's sophisticated.
We ever figure out what tore that building apart?
Yeah,
Walking fish.
Jack was there.
We got a telegram from Erica Carlisle to send Roger home. That wandering wizard Carl Stanford is belongs to the Hermetic Order of the Silver Twilight. It's a bunch of rich
Bostonians.
a-holes who like to, sacrifice.
Massholes.
Yeah, they're into magic with K, which means bonin, basically. I just have New England, destruction of humanity, lots of rich bastards, magic with a K. And I think that's all I have from my notes. We did talk to our contact from the Japanese Navy intelligence, Taro. And basically we were trying to start some rumors about the what did we
That
call
little
it?
island.
The island and
Dragon Island,
the what's his name? The
Pale Viper.
Pale Viper, yeah. What kind of
Do we know who the Pale Viper was?
yeah, it's Carlisle,
Okay.
right?
No.
Or
Penhue.
Penhue.
Penhue. Sir, everything. Okay.
And we thought Penhue was dead. We thought Roger was dead. We thought everybody was dead, but turns out they're all alive.
Okay.
And they're still being rich assholes. This is before, the feds figured out that they could use RICO to bust the mob.
Well, on top of that, we also, to that naval officer, we do more than just start a rumor. We showed him pictures of,
Yeah.
that bomb making stuff, and we connected
think
it to
he's-
Hofang. So
I think we're kind of stringing him along to get him to believe that this is a clear and present danger and that they should investigate the island.
Separate is, I don't think we're lying, right?
I don't know. They are.
Oh,
Not
that's-
really.
It's
just
all
we're,
true, but not for the reasons that he thinks it is.
Right, we're not.
Whereas we're
playing
trying to
up
say,
the-
this is possibly going to be used against the Empire of Japan.
Which the used against the world covers the Empire of Japan.
Yeah, that's true, but not specifically that, though.
Potato.
That's all I got for my.
I think you guys made one other stop, and by you guys, I think Sully and Duncan went to follow up another newspaper article that you didn't
Yeah.
mention.
We talked to the witness of the monks being killed. Basically, when we went to both of those sites from the newspaper, at least this is what I came to the conclusion of. Both of the sites was where Jack was at, and the reason it was attacked is because he was there, and he was trying to. He basically pissed off Hofang and Penhue, picked up that scroll because now they know, how to create and stop this. So they were trying to stop that. So they sent, out of player character deep ones after him at one place, and some kind of bad juju to try to immolate him.
But we
at
don't
another.
know specifically that they were able to translate the scroll.
We know that they didn't get their hands on it. We know that. He had his hands on it. They were after him to get the scroll.
Yeah.
So, and then as they were trying to buy it from Madame Swallow, once they found out that he had stolen it, that's probably when all this stuff went back. So it wasn't that long ago. We have a plan. We just have to see if it will work. I mean, our basic plan is to use the Japanese Navy, hopefully, to eradicate what's around that island. And then
Do we need to go to
there.
that island first?
No, we have to. It's very important, according to the scroll, that the evil presence is gone. It had to have been present, and then it has to be cast out, and then we can. But we have to do all of that by, I believe it's the new moon.
That was
The full moon. I'm sorry, the full moon, which is going to be like 2 weeks away, I believe. Yeah, the 8th of April, and right now it is the 18th of March. So we got some time for this to happen. That's why we can kind of slow play the naval officer, hopefully, and try to stay alive.
Okay.
But I have a machine gun now, so ho ho.
You got a machine gun?
I have a Thompson. I have a
That
Thompson.
can't be good. Nothing good can come of you having a machine gun.
And
Oh, I beg
I
to
believe we left off fairly late in the evening after you talked to Isoge.
Yes.
And what day was that?
That would actually, so we're going to be starting the 19th, because that was at the end of the 18th.
All
So
right.
that
And what
was-
day of the week is this?
This is going to be, the 19th is Thursday, so we probably talked to Soge very late at night, so it was
Yeah.
probably the beginning of the 19th.
All right. So let's just go ahead and start off after you guys get up for the morning and meet up for breakfast, probably in the hotel restaurant.
19th of March,
I believe so.
1925.
Yes.
So you guys make your way downstairs. And is anybody checking the paper?
Well,
Well, since you mentioned it,
we
I feel like you do every day, don't you?
yeah, and so
we have clippings too, don't we?
right, and we gave the guy enough money where he just like has a boy deliver it to our
Yeah.
room every morning under our pseudonym
Right, but
names,
the
obviously.
clippings you're looking for are mostly unusual things.
You're talking about just headlines.
But yeah, I'm gonna check the paper. I mean,
Yeah,
this is before
Yeah.
Facebook, so
right.
Yeah, this is before the internet, so yeah, obviously, we want to know what's going on in the world.
Yeah, Facebook won't be around for another 2 or 3 months. Yeah. So you guys glance at the paper, and there's a headline that says Japanese destroyer lost at sea.
yeah.
There's Plan A down the tubes.
No, that's good.
That's Plan A working into our hands.
And it talks about a massive wave that swamped a Japanese destroyer that was patrolling waters south of Shanghai.
So that's right in the area that we're talking about. Right? Yeah.
There are 3 survivors that were picked up
From a destroyer?
from a destroyer.
Ooh.
So did we just kill all those Japanese people?
Inadvertently. We didn't send them there. I mean, we might have just poked a little, but somebody did.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have an ally against the mythos, the Japanese Navy is
Probably legit.
pretty
Probably
good
a
up
good one,
until
yeah.
the Battle of Midway. So we got another, 18 years to milk these guys. Hey guys, look at this.
That's interesting.
This is a yay boo kind of moment.
Did I get my jade hand back yet?
Oh, absolutely.
I can buy a jade hand.
Yeah, totally.
This is impossible.
Backhand slap with the jade hand. Keep the hook handy.
So wait, you got J hand?
Yeah, with jade fist. Yeah.
Nice.
So this happened early
Yeah.
or last night?
Yeah.
Also,
Wee hours in the morning. So you guys probably made it downstairs by 9 o'clock.
wow, he acted quick then. If he was,
Seems like it.
yeah,
I don't think
he's got a pulse on to somebody.
Honestly, I don't think he's as drunk as he pretends.
No, we know he's pretending to be drunk, but I didn't know that. Like, it takes a little bit to be able to be like, hey, I have a lead. They'll be like, yeah, maybe in a week or so. Like, if they're like, we'll do it tonight. Like,
That Japanese accent was even
I'm
more
sorry.
racist than your Irish one. So
I didn't even make
I
it.
didn't even
Japanese.
realize he was
Yeah,
doing a
I didn't know I wasn't
Japanese
making
accent.
fun. Hey, what session are we on anyway?
19.
19.
On the 19th.
Yeah, it's fitting.
So do we want to go to the island now, or do we want to still leave that alone? What's our next move?
Our next move.
To find out who made it off that ship.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the Imperial Navy is going to talk to them. We know what's going on there. I mean, we can put two and two together pretty easily.
Yeah. They cast.
In fact, that's kind of what we wanted to happen.
Do you want to go hit Aubrey Penhue's ship? You want to go sneak on board and?
No, that's on the Dragon Island. That's where all the big
That's
bads are
on the
hanging
Dragon
out.
Island.
Well, I have a feeling we're eventually going to have to go. Like, are we in character at the moment, or out of
We
character?
can be out of character.
All right. I have a feeling we're going to have to go to this island, and I have a feeling it's not going to be a pleasant time. But it would be better if we go to this island and had, let's say, 20-pounder naval guns to blast the crap out of it.
I don't think the boat's going to get close enough. I think they're going to just cast waves to blow it away.
Yeah,
They're going to sink every boat.
How
that
do we
comes.
get there?
I think a small boat can get in. I don't think a big one can.
a submarine.
Gliders.
Just saying.
We can hang glide in.
I don't know.
U-boats even? Well, yeah, they were through the First World War, so yeah, they'd be around.
We need a submarine. Also, I would like to know if the Dark Mistress, if it comes into port where it docks, so we could probably.
How are you going to find that out?
Bribe a sailor, buy somebody some beers, maybe check the. I'm sure the port authority maybe keeps records. We could do
Well,
that.
what leads do we have right now? Like, I'm kind of grasping here
About
because
what?
we figured out the scroll part of it, so we know what we have to do on that island. That's sure. We plant that, and what we need to do at any of these nexuses of horrific stuff, right? So we got that part of it. We've kind of neutralized what's happened with Madam's Fall. I don't think she's going to be, unless we screw with her, she's not going to screw with us.
Well,
That leaves Jack and his.
somebody's screwing with her, but
Yeah, it's clearly why Ducklin's
It's not
absent.
here.
hey,
Yeah.
she might be interested in the Jade Fist.
That's more than I want to do.
But, I mean, other than, I have a feeling, it's just out of character, that Jack's little army and us are going to be the ones that are going to have to make island fall on
I
this
just
place.
don't think you're going to get a navy into that island. I think they'll keep casting things at night, and big tidal waves will keep blowing them up, and eventually the Japanese Armada is going to be like, look, we don't have any other things. Like that's a dangerous area. Don't go there.
What about going to the asylum and talking to Carlisle?
That's not a bad idea. Let's get him
He has
home.
any info?
Well, going there, though, and getting back before the moon,
Is too long.
we'd be cutting it really close, and that's if, because right now it's March, so it's not great seas as it is, you know.
The only way we're going to get to the island unmolested is on the Dark Mistress.
Or whatever the Dark Mistress uses to break the ward or whatever. So maybe doing some research.
I think that they probably have a dude with binoculars, and when they see the Dark Mistress coming, they're like, oh, hey, don't do the tsunami thing. I think that's our key to getting onto the island.
Okay, I don't.
Or Hofang's
Tom,
got
can I see Mustafa's character sheet?
Hofang's got
Please?
agents throughout this entire city.
Uh-oh.
We don't have to be.
What
a
if
dark
we
mistress.
poke
We can
that
just get
nest?
a boat that looks like it.
It's true, but that's a pretty.
What if we what?
If we poke that hornet's nest. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't
Like,
hear.
I'm sure that Hofang's troops or people can get to and from this island.
Yeah, on the Dark Mistress.
It's not just a Dark Mistress, I don't think. That's a big yacht, right?
No,
So-
it's not. I mean, it's a.
It's a seagoing yacht, so
It doesn't look like a yacht. It looks like a low key, low rent military ship. Like a 50-year-old. I mean, it's. I mean, you have the pictures.
yeah.
I mean,
do we have
it's-
any way of like counteracting spells? Though? What about something like that? Like, I know a spell, and I don't think it will do us any good.
I know a spell, and I can summon a genie. Maybe the genie has a magic carpet. I should ask him.
I just picked up the magic carpet ride diorama on Thunderbolt Mountain, so we could have miniatures if you want.
Also, what's his name? Penhew has. Oh wait, it's brought this back. Also, as we've seen, that they have their own underwater security force called the Deep Ones. So I'm guessing that's their security system. Probably way better than somebody with binoculars. Just have a bunch of deep
So
ones.
you're saying that this is like one of the rare occasions that Aquaman would be useful?
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly, I think we could neutralize them with a bunch of chum. Just get a diversion boat that just trails chum, and they'd all swim up and eat it. And then
If the chum was made of humans.
go
Well,
there.
I will tell you. You know what what we should do is next time we see our buddy, tell him to use depth charges. That might be useful against deep ones, or very useful against deep ones.
That's actually pretty smart.
Hmm.
That's pretty smart. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Well, I have been depth charged before, so that
Tie
time in World War II.
Jack up to the back of a boat and just fly around, drive around. Everybody, they want Jack, and they want Jack, so we can just like use him as bait or something. Just saying.
What's your
I think it'd be
character's
better than Chum.
What's your character's alignment?
Lawful evil.
I thought all of our alignments were crazy.
Murder hobo.
Oh, did I say that out loud?
Can we book a passage to that one anywhere?
There aren't. It's not like there isn't a ferry that goes to
Monster
yeah,
Island?
No. Yeah.
Can we charter a boat?
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, it's not like there's no winery there, or
No.
it's not like Kelly's Island.
Do you guys want to get the supplies and just try and get a boat there? See if we can maybe.
Just go there?
Yeah. Well, the other thought I have is if we coordinate with the Japanese military, the next time they take a ship over there, we just come around from the other side. So all the deep ones and security measures will be on that side of the island, and we can maybe sneak up in the back.
The water's scary right now. I don't know.
Yeah, this is some like Godzilla
This is-
level shit.
Now, looking back at
It's scary.
Jackson's letter before, it says he mentions a librarian, but did we ever figure out who the librarian was?
Yeah,
Okay,
we did. It was we talked to her in New York,
gotcha. All right.
and she's the one that had that book that was missing. That smelled
Right
like
on.
brimstone and it disappeared.
Yeah, right on. All right, so
Well, how are we gonna fill our time? I would like to know if the Dark Mistress comes back into town. I think that's our key. The only way we're gonna get to the island unmolested, in my opinion, is either on a Dark Mistress, a submarine, or an airplane, or a zeppelin.
Zeppelin's probably a good way to go.
well, therein lies the problem of it. When would we want to do that? Because honestly, like,
Well, I think
if we go too early,
if we go, we should go with an army.
yeah,
Let's talk to Jack. What does he want to do with his army?
it's a good question.
Can we ask him?
When we see them,
Yeah.
Shanghai has a museum. I'm sure there's stuff to do there.
do we?
Do you guys want to go talk to Jack?
I think we should talk to Jack. We should tell what's his name? Hey, dummy, use depth charges next time.
I don't know if depth charges would work against a tsunami, though.
But they would work against deep ones.
True. But I have a feeling if deep ones took the ship, it would be ship lost at sea, all sailors bizarrely mutilated.
I'm pretty sure they can cast spells too, though, right?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know that they can cast spells, but I think that if there's a deep one anywhere even close, the concussion from a depth charge will, burst their eardrums or whatever they use. Anywhere even close. Then it will make sushi out of the deep ones.
Do you guys watch The Boys yet?
No.
Josh is telling me to watch that.
Oh, it's so disturbing.
Yeah.
Is that where the superheroes decide that they want to do stuff for themselves and
They're just absolute power corrupts, absolutely, and it's about the guys that kill superheroes. But there's a scene with it, not a deep one, but like the Aquaman guy who's got gills, and just you guys are talking about all this bursting stuff and it freaked me out.
let's yeah, I think our best lead is talking to Jack, seeing what
Yeah, let's
his
go.
plans
Let's
are.
head to Jack and see what he's got to say.
Before you guys leave the breakfast table,
Mm-hmm.
a note is delivered to you.
Okay, let's open it up.
It says, "We need to meet soon. Stumbling Tiger, 10 a.m. Isoge."
Wow.
Let's do that.
He's starting.
We know where we're going.
He's waking and baking.
He was on our list of things to do, so
Yeah.
we'll head there.
Anything you want to take care of before you head there?
Is there anything else in the newspaper?
That was the only thing that struck you as being significant.
Who's in the pennant race?
It's a little early, isn't it? March? Regular season doesn't even start until April.
Yeah.
I was messing with you anyway.
Alright.
I'll grab my guns and books and backpacks and just gear all my stuff up and
Sure.
get my adventure time on.
We do need to secure our copies of the scroll. I think that is
Yes.
Actually, I'm gonna translate it. One of these
Actually,
nights. I'll
I have
translate
a
it like
great
Hebrew.
idea.
Because I speak that too.
Yeah.
And nobody's gonna know what that is here.
I speak
what
Hebrew.
else do you got?
Translate it to Latin.
I could probably do Latin.
Latin. Well, I think Latin.
Gaelic. Do you know
Latin.
Gaelic?
What about
Nobody will know it.
what about Attic Greek?
I could do
That's
French,
great.
Latin, Hebrew, Kenyan, Shanghaiese.
Did you get like an American Indian dialect?
I've got
You
it.
could.
But they don't have like written language. It's all like spoken.
Not until World War II. Although that's, we could use that language. Like if we all learn that could be our.
Should we get a safety
Nobody knows
deposit
what the hell we're
box
talking about.
to put the copies of the scroll in? I don't think we should carry that shit around with us, nor leave it.
Or
in
we
our
could hollow out
hotel
his jade hand, put it in there.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I like it.
That'd be the first place.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna, definitely making sure that thing's hollow,
Okay.
that I can hide a scroll or something in it.
Just remember not to punch anybody with it.
It's fair enough.
Maybe we should go get a safety deposit box.
Let's do that.
We have more than one copy, right?
We were about to.
I think you guys said you made 3.
Yeah. I made a
Well,
couple.
we plan on sending one back to New York. Remember the whole telegram thing that didn't happen?
Yeah, we're gonna mail it. It'll take longer, but we're not gonna be back.
I think that the
You made 3 copies?
Yes, one to go to New York to the publisher to keep in safe, and then 2 of them with us, just in case, because we need that information.
Why don't we all go to the bank and get a safety deposit box? And
I'm pretty sure I can be compromised in this town.
Yeah, I mean, but just about anything else can be also.
I really only
So you
trust.
keep it on you.
Yeah, keeping it on us.
Yeah.
I say we keep it. You got backpacks.
Well,
You got a backpack, don't you?
No.
Suitcase.
I have a sword cane.
See, my shirt turns into a bag.
Oh yeah. What am I thinking? The hobo got it. Nobody
Honestly,
ever,
believe it or not, I think Rich is the safest person to keep it with because he's not
probably.
Yeah.
anybody anybody's going to want to rob
Good point.
or would think to rob.
Throw it at him. Here, you carry it. Safe handling.
Well,
And you smell pretty bad, right? So nobody wants to
Probably, yeah.
get close.
if we had a safety deposit box, we could put one copy in there with a copy of our books, with our books that were easily stolen?
I just feel like look how easily Madame Swallow's got all of our stuff. And then
Yeah, but they were in a.
this
That's
is
were in a
That's
room.
also a plot device, so I mean that's gonna happen. There would be nothing we could do.
I just feel like we're leaving it somewhere that's not safe.
Well, then we'll carry it on us at all
Why don't we
times.
leave one with Jack? He's the one we got it from. Leave it with Jack's army.
He's already a target.
He's already what?
A target.
Why don't we put one copy in the safe?
That's fine.
And I want to put my book in the safe also.
The hotel does have a safe. You can put stuff there.
I don't know.
You can send it back to your cargo container in Egypt.
I would say there's
like
got to
that idea.
be. So this is
I like
there's
that
got to
idea
be
best.
a branch of the Bank of England. I would say that that's
Sure.
probably a good place to put our stuff.
Because the English are trustworthy.
Well, more than
Money wise.
Madame Butterfly.
No, not anything wise. Can't trust the English.
I'm going to go to the bank.
Alone?
Say goodbye to that little scroll.
Well, the scroll's already gone.
I'm just taking it to the bank to put it in there.
I think we should put one copy in there, and I'm putting my book in there.
Which book do you have?
I don't remember. Something the Desert Moonrise or some shit. I forgot. The Song of
Australian
the
one?
Jinn.
Oh, okay.
Is that one that gives you a spell?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, well I think we're headed to Jack.
Yeah. Well, no. We'll talk to this lady first.
Talk to who? Oh yeah, talk to this guy. We'll go there. Yeah.
So you're going to stop at the bank as a group on the way to
Yeah.
the Stumbling Tiger?
Sure.
Or do you want to
we got
split?
time.
Okay.
Just
So again, you're
resistant to splitting up.
You're able to open up a safety deposit box without issue at the local Bank of England branch office and deposit a copy of the scroll along with your book. Is anybody else putting anything in there?
I'll toss
No.
that. Well, you know, let's toss all the books in there.
I'm gonna keep mine on me.
Okay. Along with several of the books. Then. Who's carrying the keys? You get 2 copies.
Well, let's give one to Samus. I'll keep one.
Okay. Samus, you okay with that? Are you putting any money in there too, or just?
I almost feel like we should. Because then if somebody gets in there, maybe they'll take the money and not the books. And
Yeah. We'll put some of our wealth in there.
yeah.
Okay. Anything else that's going in there? All right. Then you head to the Stumbling Tiger. It's 10 in the morning. Stumbling Tiger's a bar. Even as close to the docks as it is, bars are not usually open around this neighborhood at 10 a.m. So you're a little surprised
When it is.
when you see that
10 a.m. is when the professional drinkers start coming around.
little surprised nonetheless when you see that McChum has the door open and he's pouring drinks for Asoge, who is sitting at the bar. Now, normally, most of the times you've dealt with Asoge, you were pretty sure he was exaggerating just how drunk he might be at any given time. This time, Asoge is 3 sheets to the wind.
Huh.
And you're pretty sure it's legit.
Fantastic.
That smells good.
So we'll get a private table. Not too many people
There's a
here.
pop-
There's
Wow.
nobody there except for the bartender,
Right.
Asoge, and you.
So cups
So
right
we'll
there.
go away from the earshot of the bartender.
I'll get some of this.
It's right in the kitchen area.
He steps away as soon as you.
There's coffee and cream and sugar there if you want.
Thanks.
And you're pretty sure it's legit.
Answer.
Stream works.
I was answering Carlos. He said, "You guys really dropping death charges on deep ones?" And I went, "Yep, we're trying." And then it played it. So sorry about that.
It's all good. So, like I said, he's the bartender steps away as soon as you come in. He gives you a nod. Says, Soga said you were coming in to talk to him, give you your privacy.
Thanks.
Steps over into a back room.
What's up?
Okay.
Soge looks up to you. Did you set me up?
No.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say that. No.
Set you up for what?
The schematics that you showed. When my people went to try to recover the designs that you had told me about, the whole ship was lost.
What?
It was in the paper. Surely you already saw it.
I didn't realize that was you.
Oh, that was too quick for you. Yeah. You just get it so fast.
I have connections.
Although I do wonder if they attacked your boat then.
The paper said it was a wave. A tsunami.
It was. That originated on the island from a perfectly calm sea. Have you ever seen that before?
It's a new
No.
weapon they must have.
If it is a deadly effective one. And we must have it.
I agree. What is the state of Japanese naval aviation?
What do you have in mind?
Well,
Or are you setting up more of my men to die?
we would not do that. We did not know this was going to happen. I'm going to make spend a point of persuasion.
That seems like a very good idea.
We did not believe this would happen. We are concerned with the machinations of the evil people on that island. And we did not know that there was a threat.
And honestly, we weren't wrong, apparently.
Clearly there is a significant danger in place. And all too clearly these foul British bastards are going to great lengths to protect something.
Listen, this is what we heard at the docks this morning. That there are some sort of frogmen that guard the island?
You mean divers?
Yes. Perhaps depth charges might be helpful. That's what we heard. I'll take that article out if we have it about the sea creatures or whatever dismantling the building.
Okay.
Show them. Clearly, they have divers. This is not a group of idle rich bastards. There is something serious going on this island. Perhaps there was, if the Japanese Navy has aviation, that would prove more effective. And how did they make a wave?
I don't know. That is what I am concerned about, and that is what I fear you are holding back from me. Perhaps this is part of that bomb that they were designing.
I'll look around like 6 times.
Yeah.
Look under the table. We had feared that they had a secret weapon, that some sort of magical weapon. But it's too fantastic. No one would believe us.
I cannot report that they are using magic against us,
I said a weapon
especially after a failure like this.
especially, I didn't say magical weapon. Something that appeared to be magical. Clearly, whatever they were building with this schematic is far in advance of what the Treaty of Versailles was meant to cover. I would be worried that that England's trying to start another world war.
It certainly seems believable. They are clearly planning something.
Their empire was severely damaged because of the last war. They are ripe for the picking, and they know it. And I think that they would stop at nothing to regain their former empire.
Perhaps some 46-centimeter shells will solve this problem.
Yep.
I think those would solve most problems.
I have not seen these mythical frogmen, but if they could sneak up on a boat, or perhaps they have an explosive underwater which would create a wave, I do not know. But we certainly
A
did not.
battleship can fire from quite a range.
That's the
20
right
miles
move.
out of
That's the right move.
That's true.
Let us know when it happens, and we'll.
So you can warn them again?
No, we'll go in after. Tell us after it happens. Then we'll go try and clean it up.
Watch the papers.
Fair enough. Sorry about your man.
We truly had no idea. Someone who has the power to summon a rogue tsunami is not to be trifled with, obviously.
Indeed.
They deal in Oni.
Hmm?
It's Japanese spirits.
What makes you say that?
Just there's always bad things at that island, bad things to these people, bad spirits.
Have you been to this island before?
No, not yet. But everything we've heard, the people that are there deal in bad spirits.
This is terrible. This is. Yet, if they have these sorts of tools, they may be worth any risk.
I'd rather be in a government's hand than in a bunch of rich people's hands.
You're trying to determine lag.
Hmm?
I was just watching myself on TV.
It was like waving
Fascinating.
himself.
Oh, that's what you were doing. I thought you were trying to get my attention for
No.
something.
Well, it wasn't like trying to bat a fly.
No, I thought he had some key piece of input that he wanted to make.
No, I think I need to stop talking to this
Probably.
guy.
I was going to say that you can manufacture a tidal wave by blowing up a underwater, like a shelf. You know, if you get a landslide underwater, that'll generate a wave.
I didn't know that.
I mean, you can, man make one.
It would take a lot to make a tsunami.
But if this guy wants, like, a non-magical
Yeah.
explanation, that is the non-magical explanation.
That's fair.
There's to be a whole lot of rock falling to be a big enough tsunami to swamp a destroyer.
So just tell him that. If he wants some kind of rationalization.
You tell him.
I'm not the party
Well,
spokesman.
Well, neither are we. We don't really have.
I think
a
it's time
source.
we do some research on this island. See what's locally we can dig up about.
Where's the island again?
Right there.
What's that island next to it?
I don't even know
Bird
what
shit
the-
island.
The big one to the south.
Oh, that's
Do you need the magnifying glass?
no, that's Taiwan. Okay.
Should we go from the Taiwan side
Well,
at night, real quick?
why? So nobody knows where we are when we get killed.
Nobody knows we're in Asia right now. Nobody cares where I am.
No, I mean, I think getting to this island at any time would be hazardous.
What are you talking about? Trying to sneak in over to the island?
Okay, so we're
Again?
done talking
Is that what they're talking about?
Yeah.
to homie.
I'm not talking about sneaking onto the island. I'm talking about finding out.
On our
What we
way
can
out,
about
I'm
it.
gonna slip the bartender a £5 note
Okay.
for booze for our friend.
All right.
I think depth charging deep ones is going to be the name of my deep purple
Memoirs.
cover band.
Your depth charging. Deep ones. So there's really rough waters around, dangerous waters around that island. And it's pretty deep. Okay. So, go see Jack next?
Actually, I have an
Should
idea.
we observe a moment of silence for all the Japanese sailors we just killed?
We'll have some sake for it.
I see no remorse around this table.
I didn't kill
It's
anybody.
disturbed me.
I was involved in it. That's on you guys. My conscience is clear. It hasn't talked to me in a while. Not since you killed it, Diana.
I did no such thing.
You killed my conscience.
I did no such thing.
It used to tell me great stuff, and now it doesn't tell me anything.
Saved you.
I am going to.
Did you pray to gay away? Is that what happened?
Huh?
Save me from my own.
I'm going to cast a spell
Okay.
What?
back at the hotel.
What are you casting?
Are you heading back to the hotel after your time at the bar?
Yes.
Is everybody else?
I guess so.
Okay.
I am going to cast the contact the formless spawn of the Sakwa,
Okay.
or contact Nodens.
Well, which one?
I think Nodens are sea creatures. Also, I was trying to look up, but it's not in here. But I would know based off of what I was reading.
So Nodens is the god of the Dreamlands.
Ah, okay.
Probably not that guy. I hear he's a jerk. I also want to learn that spell.
But if you'd like to contact him, you absolutely can.
What I want to do is find out information about how, basically, what magics are being used on that island. What can be trying to find information more.
So you're
Esoteric
looking
information.
to contact an elder god.
Not an elder god.
Okay.
We'll go with the formless spawn or whatever.
That's an elder guy too, isn't it?
Is it?
Not so much.
No?
Something that knows more than us. I'll put it that way. Because I want to know what we're up against.
Well,
And I'm looking for information. Like I
so
said, I'm just reading the
Nodens
spell
is the god of, is an elder god who runs, basically the elder god of the Dreamlands. The formless spawn of Sathakwa is not
Right.
an elder god. It's kind of an entity. You haven't encountered one,
Mm-hmm.
but from what you learned in researching them, they're not usually summoned for their knowledge. They're usually summoned to destroy something.
That could be helpful.
What do we know about the spell that... the spell is... Wave of Oblivion.
That sounds like what they did to that boat.
Yeah.
Where did you hear about that spell?
You told us.
That's very helpful. Thank
Anthony
you.
Chang, the newspaper. You see 3 news clippings. Wave of Oblivion. Is one of them.
Is that where that came from?
Yeah. Well, I have a note on it.
I don't think that was in the paper. I think that was something that our mythos branded us, actually.
So that is a spell that is capable of summoning a tidal wave.
Well, there you go. That's all they did.
There could be a way to counteract that. Also.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, if we cast the same type of spell, 2 tidal waves
The
smash
2
each
tidal
other.
waves will smash into each other, then what will happen?
Who knows? Let's find out.
Well,
None of you have that spell
Oh, rats.
yet.
yet. yet is the operative word.
You know who might be helpful?
Madam Swallow.
Madam Butterfly, yes.
You know someone else who might be helpful in town, too.
Jack.
That wasn't who I was going to suggest.
Jack's translator.
Not even him. I think there's someone that's
Hoping.
way more capable and much more likely to know that spell in town.
Hofang or the
Carl Sanford.
from
Stanford, rather.
What? Who's
Stone.
Carl Stafford? Sanford is who?
He's
He's the magician.
So he's the bad guy, though, right?
Well, he's. I think he's an in between. I don't think he's like us.
At this
No,
point, isn't everybody
definitely
that
not
guy?
like us. But he's allied with Hofang and at least a what was it like a guardian
Well,
type of.
He's a high-ranking sorcerer. I have
He could
that.
be.
And he is with Ho Fei.
He could be the one that's casting it for Hofang.
Very true.
Let's go say hi to this dude.
He's on the island. Correct.
He's on the island with Ho Fei. Right?
As you know.
We don't know yet. We can send out feelers and find out.
What do you guys know about Hofang?
Other than
town?
he's a gangster and kind of runs a ton of stuff, and a powerful member of a cult.
Doesn't he go to that tea shop?
I don't think so. I wasn't sure how much you looked into Hofang.
There we go. We can start
That's
looking
why I
into
asked.
know thy enemy. Let's start looking into Hofang. We know he's the head of the cult of the Bloated Lady. We know that. The cult of the Bloated Lady is in league with the
Bloated woman.
Bloated Woman. Is in league with the Black Pharaoh and the Bloody Tongue. And they're all a nice little circle.
All different masks of Nyarlathotep.
Oh, I see what you did there. Like he tied that together.
Hofang has a home in the French Quarter.
I don't know if we want to call
He's
on
an
him there.
importer.
If we can find, perhaps,
Let's see if we can find the wizard. Where's the wizard stand? The Boston, the mass hole.
let's find out.
Okay. Let's ask around.
What do we intend to do with him, though?
Just ask him questions.
There's asking questions, and then there's asking questions.
That's part B.
Gotcha.
Part A is let's ask him questions. We have enough occult knowledge. He's going to want to talk to us.
Who you go to?
The Egyptian magician. No, the Bostonian magician.
Where are you guys having this conversation?
In the middle of the street.
We are in a rowboat.
Sound travels pretty far over water.
We're on the shitter.
No, aren't we still in your hotel room? Like,
Yeah, I was going to
Hush tones. We'll turn the
Well,
water on.
if I would have realized that casting a spell wouldn't have done anything good, we're probably still at the bar talking.
Okay.
Out of earshot of inebriated.
You so gang?
Yeah.
We're casting Cone of Silence.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. So let's go find this guy.
Now, let me mention one other thing that Mustafa has said he wanted to do a couple of times, and I don't know if he actually has. You mentioned trying to track down the Dark Mistress. Had you done anything to try and...
While we're at the docks, I would like to do that.
So what are you doing?
Bribe a dock official.
We could check the books. We could bribe a dock official. We could ask a sailor. There is, I'm sure, a port authority that
Mhm.
logs their
Absolutely.
comings and goings. We could do that.
So you guys all going and doing this together?
I think we should.
Yeah, let's
And
have a little bit of a
especially
research
since
day here.
the keeper has asked us, I think that that's a pretty good indication that we should do.
Well, when you go and check that out, by chance, you find out that the Dark Mistress is currently docked in the harbor.
See, I told you fuckers.
And it is, the port master tells you, it's in the slip over there, right next to the, sorry, just lost the name. The
Yakasoni.
luxuriant goddess.
Is that the other guy's ship?
Yes, that's Hofang's vessel.
Okay.
His yacht.
Okay.
So we can burn them both down side by side.
Makes it convenient.
Thank you.
Very good.
I shake his hand with it. Some money in it.
He smiles.
Even though we could have looked out the fucking window and seen it.
It's not all that close to where the harbor master is.
Okay. Well, guys want to...
Puts his hand up for more money because you were sarcastic about it.
I give another one. Well, do you think let's go take a stroll
The party's all in town.
for a looky-loo?
Okay, so heading down that way, you notice that the wharf that the two vessels are parked at is right next to a warehouse. Hardly unusual. Warehouses are often located right by the docks, right?
Mm-hmm.
This warehouse, though, the name kind of jumps out at you as being, hey, maybe that's important because the warehouse is named Ho Fang Import Export.
There's a big sign. Bad guys here.
Yeah.
What's the name of Ho Fang's yacht?
The Luxuriant Goddess.
That's code for bloated woman.
So what do you want to do?
It's a good question. Do we try to make nice and talk?
What?
Do we
We could
Try
just
to
leave them a note saying a bunch of crazy Americans out to destroy your cult wanted to meet up.
Well, here's the other thing. Are we sure that they're all...
You could warn them that the Japanese Navy may be attacking.
Yeah.
get in their good graces that way?
We'll do a psych. We'll do a double psych on it.
So the two of them are in conjunction with each other. The Boston Wizard and Ho Fang, and they're both parked at the dock here. Do we think there's any chance in hell that Ho Fang is against... Ho Fang is what's going on that island, right?
I think
So,
it's his
With
island.
Pat
and-
Hugh.
So if they're here, maybe it's safe to go to the island now.
How do we do that, though?
Charter a boat and just sail out there.
Steal their boat, I thought that was the original plan.
I think they're going to be able to track their boat magically.
I think whoever tries to get close to the island is going to trigger the wave. These guys are too smart to know to leave it unattended.
Maybe we should get some like scuba gear or something, so that when our boat sinks, we can
Well, it's
not die
not.
immediately.
It's not so much a boat sinking; it's a giant wave smashing it to smithereens.
Yeah, but the wave only affects the surface. It doesn't affect underwater that much.
Yeah, it does.
Well, right now, what do we know where the boat's at.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a very nice warehouse that we could maybe infiltrate later.
Rob, let's go talk to Jack and see if his army will attack them. Distract them, we can sail to the island.
I think no matter the only ship or only two ships will be able to approach the island
Do we know that there's a spell?
unmolested.
Or no?
Yes.
We do know?
Yes.
How do we hear? We heard.
We read the newspaper reports. I had Cthulhu mythos and divined that the spell being used was the...
But was it something like they saw a destroyer coming and they cast a spell?
Yes.
Or is there like an auto defense that happens?
Well, we don't know.
So that's why I think it's somebody cast the spell. Because we know the spell. I think somebody sat there on the dock and cast the spell.
Well, I think it's the guy that's visiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely.
So if they're here, we ought to be able to get on that island without any problems because they're not going to stand on the dock casting the spell at us.
Why don't we check out what's in the warehouse?
Because it's heavily armed and guarded and
So we don't.
We don't know that yet.
I'm sure it is, but
I mean, it's Hofang. People are afraid
Well,
to say his
the
name out
island
loud.
is heavily armed guarded.
I don't think the island
wave.
is. I think the wave is something this dude cast. And if this dude's boat's here, that means he's here, so he's not casting it at the island.
no.
I think if they're in
we
the
don't
dock,
know where Jack or
if they're docked here, then we should go to the island now.
He's there.
Carl Stanford might be on the island. We don't know if he's on either one of these boats,
True.
and he could be the one casting the spell.
Send the
Let's
hobo
send.
in. Send the
let's-
hobo in. He's at the shipyard. Go in there, see who's here, and come back out and report. We'll go.
So, are you guys getting fairly close to where these vessels are?
We're gonna take a distant looky-loo and go talk to Jack.
Okay. You notice, because it's kind of hard to miss, that both of these vessels are flying British flags.
Hold on.
And probably get a glance at the crew of the Dark Mistress. Anybody here have medicine?
I do.
When you glance at these people, they don't look well. The crew of the Dark Mistress look, in fact, very sickly.
They look like they have walleye vision.
They do. Their skin is very sallow. Their eyes seem to be a bit larger than you would normally
Do you look at
expect.
the zombies that we saw back in the very first one in the hole?
No, they do not look like
They
that.
all
They look
hail
like-
from the
They're the
same.
fish people.
Same-
The frog people.
Tribe.
Their hair, in many spots, you see is falling out, and you actually see scaly skin
There you go.
in some places. And you also see like tumors on a few of them.
Cool.
Interesting.
I think we should go before we go see Jack. Let's go back to.
I don't think we should go on the ship. They look sickly.
Yeah, they do.
Agreed.
I think we should go back to the Stumbling Tiger.
You
and-
kind of think, Rose, you kind of think one or two of them might be suffering from radiation poisoning.
Do you say that out loud?
Sure.
I'll be like, they're working on the bomb. Or they transported that bomb. Or they transported the
didn't
radio.
know about radiation poisoning until like, I don't know, late 1950s. I mean, you know, people when they did nuclear experiments in the Pacific, they used like brooms to brush the debris off the decks, not understanding that the hull was made out of metal and it was radioactive. I mean, I've seen documentaries on crazy, stupid stuff that people don't understand. So they wouldn't even know that they were being radiation poisoned.
Well, Rose knows. So
She's ahead of her time.
yeah, she
She's
was
in
roomies with
went to
Marie Curie in college.
You knew her?
So, they probably transported that bomb, or the bomb's on the boat. One of the two.
I think we should go back to the Stumbling Tiger and tell him that
Yeah.
this is where the boat is and
Yeah.
to put your peepers on this.
Good call.
We will run back there.
Okay. You get back there, the bar is closed up.
I say we try and get to the boat, or try and get to the island. Either talk to Jack or go to the island.
What are we gonna do? I think we should talk to
Cast a
Jack.
spell.
What spell?
The scroll.
We don't have the
We've got Rich. We need his blood.
but we don't have the
We have to
seal built.
right, and we
Then
have to
build the seal.
purge.
Well, I
the-
was working on that, and then you guys wanted to go on this like.
Don't you have
Remember
to get rid
that
of the evil
it's
first?
time constricted. You have to do it on the night
Yeah,
Like
within
before.
like 12 hours.
We have to create the eye on the 7th, which is the night before, and then of the full moon we have to enchant it.
And the island has to be purged first, correct?
Yes, it's a very important part of it.
Well, we could always go back to New York. We could put the seal there. That place has already been purged. I'm just saying.
You think?
Yeah, there's probably more face lizards or face
I'm
worms.
just trying to help. That's all.
All right, well, I don't know what you guys want to do.
Let's go talk to Jack.
I also think investigating the island wouldn't be a bad idea.
I agree.
You know-
I just,
You just think we're all going to die.
yeah, I don't want to really. I mean, I live in the desert, so a tsunami kind of scares the shit out of me.
I'd rather do it while the guy casting the tsunami is.
I agree. If we can verify that, well, we're not sure who's casting it and whether or not he's on the ship. If he is, I think maybe we could try.
Okay, but if we can't spoil their plans on the island, I think we can at the warehouse when we're on land.
It
So
would
if we're
actually-
bringing the bomb back to the warehouse,
actually-
maybe somehow we could.
I'm gonna leave a.
Mess
I'm
that
gonna
all
slip
up.
a note under the door for our friend to
Under the door of
the
Stumbling
crouching-
Tiger?
Yeah, the hidden stumbling crouching tiger. To have him to meet us there this evening.
Okay.
Very important breaking news.
Okay, so
We can destroy 2 boats. This is something that we can do.
yeah,
And a warehouse. I mean,
Well,
we
yeah,
burned
the-
down the house.
Yeah, the
already.
warehouse is
We-
probably
we-
flammable
Where's
too.
our fire? Where's our explosives?
We have not burned down anything in a very long time. I just
Yeah,
wanna
we
point
could
that out.
True.
totally do this. And
I'm
then
not.
that messes up their plans. It puts it.
I want to talk to Jack.
I don't think we should use the Revolutionary Army to do this because I think we only get one use out of that army. And if we use it now to burn down a couple boats in a warehouse, then it's spent.
I would rather use the Japanese Navy to do this.
Well, the Japanese Navy is now closed. We went back there and had a closed sign up. We did. We went back.
Oh, we did. You're right. The Japanese Navy's closed right now. Mustafa.
They are on shore leave. Well, let's go talk to Jack.
Yeah. I know Alexander had been itching to talk to Jack too. I'm not sure where he just went off to, but
We should probably do a very thorough check for people following us and/or /
Well, he's always getting followed.
And there's always
Madam-
trouble, so I don't have to
Madam,
bother since
That's where he's at right now. He's banging her.
That's where he's at.
They're
She won't let
spending
him
a
out of herself.
lovely day together.
So I
She-
guess that keeps her occupied while we can do what we have to do.
Right.
Should we
He's-
check in on him?
he's
Is he
ta-
fine?
He's taking one for the team.
all right. So anybody that's concerned about being followed, as
I assume it's all 100% chance we're being followed.
as you're leaving the Stumbling Tiger and heading to go find Jack at the warehouse where he's got his militia training, go ahead and give me a sense trouble. Tell me if you're spending points.
I am not. I rolled a 6.
I'm not
Okay.
going to use points, but I rolled a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. You're just assuming there is trouble.
I'm
Totally
assuming
valid.
there is trouble.
You do notice that there is a tail, and are you guys going to try to lose them?
I think we should always have a tail
I have an idea.
shaking maneuver on tap, ready to go.
You guys will kind of do I'm going to double round to try to get the tail. I want to know who this tail is for. If it's swallows,
Sure.
then that's one thing. If it's somebody else, it'd be nice to know.
Sure.
Good idea.
Hey, we're being
So you're going
followed.
to split off?
follow Plan F. Plan F for being followed.
So go ahead, Sully, since you're splitting off, give me a stealth. Spending points.
No.
He rolled a 1.
Can you toss that back my way, please?
Well, it was far away. I
don't
wanted to
wanna
point it
touch
out.
So you split off by yourself with the intent of sneaking back and helping somebody out, and you come across a small child who has a broken arm, and you know as a priest that you're pretty much obligated to try and care for this child.
All right.
And you get completely thrown off from your attempts to try and sneak back. The rest of you are heading onward, and as you're leaving the dock neighborhood, Mustafa, you notice that Dark Mistress is just pulling out of the harbor.
It's weighing anger.
Mm-hmm.
We missed the boat.
Missed that opportunity.
Could have burned it down.
I wanted to blow up both boats in the warehouse.
Well, so here's the thing. If the one's leaving, the other one probably is pretty soon, too. You want to sneak aboard?
We're on our way to see Jack.
Fair enough.
I wasn't here when we got this handout. Do you guys know what these circles?
Yeah, they're miles from zero. They're ground zero is, I think it's 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile.
It's half, 1.5.
Yeah.
I figured that was a radius of something, but
It's
maybe
probably
that's
British unit.
okay.
Later, we'll learn that when the bomb drops there, that's
That's
the
fallout
radiation
area.
zone,
Oh,
yeah.
I gotcha. But the numbers on the map, like the ones that are circled, 3, 2, 11, 9, 4, do they have any significance?
I don't remember.
They may, but I wasn't able to deduce what it was.
Okay. And there's X's on this map, like here, and here, and here. But I don't know what they're for either. I just wanted you guys.
Did you read the bottom corner of the map?
Acting engineer and surveyor, 15th of December, 1918.
So I think we got that map from the newspaper or something. So it's not like
Oh, okay.
an official map.
It's published by the Shanghai Courier. So.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
the English newspaper.
Okay.
So we don't know what the article was about. Is what I'm trying to say. That
Gotcha.
map was for something.
I got you. Okay. It's just a convenient map.
So, Jack. You get some Jack?
Yeah, you probably pick Father Sully back up.
Duty called. Sorry, guys.
But you did not ditch the tail.
Still got a tail on us, huh?
Yeah, so that was the follow-on question was, were you going to go to greater lengths to try and ditch the tail, or
Yeah, I
were you
think
going
we
to head to
should.
Jack?
Yeah.
Who we could hop a water taxi?
Somebody,
Don't they have those bicycle carts?
absolutely.
Rickshaws.
Those are-
rickshaws.
Those are made specifically for tailing people. A water taxi, I think, would probably be.
Unless you're a fish person. I'm just saying.
You know, I want to turn around since I know who the tail is. We can tell.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn around and start walking towards them.
Okay. Takes off running.
I'm still recovering from being disemboweled, to be honest.
I'll give chase.
Okay. So you're going to take off running after him.
Yeah.
Are you running by yourself, or is anybody coming with you?
Whoever can keep up with me, I'm pretty quick.
I'll run with you.
All right.
All right, both you guys give me athletics.
Well, I'll spend a point for this one.
I got a 6.
Wow.
I got a 4.
Okay.
What you need is a chain so you can throw your jade fist at people.
Yeah.
like a yo-yo.
Let's turn this into a fighting game. Sure. You're able to catch up to him, and Are you going to try to deck this guy?
Sure. Yeah, I'll punch him.
Give me a brawl. Or what's the
Scuffling.
Scuffling, that's the word.
I got a 4
Okay.
with my jade hand.
You take the guy. You slam into the back of his leg.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into a tumble and crashes into a wall as he was getting ready to take a turn quickly. And he's stopped, and you're on it.
Yeah, just jump on him.
You got your fist pressed up against his throat. What you doing? Sully comes rushing in just behind you.
Do you speak the language more
Yeah.
than I do? Ask him who he is and who he's working for.
Who are you and who are you working for?
I'm just innocent.
I smack
Fisherman.
him. I just straight up smack him.
Okay.
Ask him again.
Ask him again.
All right.
You want me to roll an intimidation
No, ask
here?
him.
Do either one of you have intimidation?
I do.
Who wants to spend a point?
I'm just a nice guy.
I'll spend that point.
Okay. So we got a Jesuit smacking people around. Expect memories of high school.
The power of Christ compels you.
Exactly.
Just stop touching yourself, John.
Oh, you were there? So yeah, he's thoroughly cowed. I am but a humble servant of Ho Fang.
What is Ho Feng's interest in us?
Ho Fang is interested in everyone and everything in this city, but I do not know more than that. He told me to follow you and keep an eye on you, and report back whatever I saw.
What have you seen?
I have seen you traveling around the city. I saw you visiting with the Japanese Navy man at the bar. I do not know where you were going next, but I saw that you saw the Master's ship.
This is ballsy, but I'm going to do it. Ask Ho Feng if he would like to meet us instead of skulking about, face to face.
I think maybe we should.
He's not going to give an answer. Just
I
if Ho
will-
Feng wants to meet us, let him know that we're willing to say hello.
Maybe we should buy you a drink.
I will let him know.
Maybe we should buy him a drink.
You're not going to turn this guy.
I'm not going to turn him. I think we need to.
Doesn't matter if he likes us or
You
not.
could cut his eyes out, and then he can't see us anymore.
No, I think that this.
We can burn him.
Well, let's not.
He won't make it
I
to
make
that.
sure that
Ixnay
I should
on
make
the
it more like
Akinte.
he wants to
We
meet
put him in a
us
warehouse and burn him.
civilized
Yeah.
conditions instead of skulking about. We'll be happy to talk with him.
I will let my master know.
As for following us around, you can stop.
He
that
doesn't
now.
understand any of the words that you're telling him.
He's translating.
Oh.
I'm not really doing a good job though. I'm just going to say what I think we should say.
So it's coming out as, we want to meet to kill you.
This guy wants to kill Ho Fang. I personally don't want to kill Ho Fang, but he does. I'll say, Ho Fang wants. If Ho Fang wants to meet us, we would be honored to meet him. We don't need to be tailed. Please relay the message that we're more than happy to meet with him if he'd like if he requests our presence.
I will let the master know.
And I will be very polite and as I can with my fist on his throat.
And with the priest smashing him in the face repeatedly.
Yeah.
We don't need to be.
I will say. I will say in. Do you speak Egyptian?
I don't. I could, but I don't.
What about Arabic?
Nope.
Aramaic?
Nope.
Attic Greek.
Oh, I do speak Arabic.
Greek?
I speak Arabic.
Okay, I say in Arabic, I think we should kill this person.
I don't disagree. I say in Arabic. But I think if we kill him, he's going
That
to be
sends a
missed.
message.
That sends a whole different message if we
Yeah.
kill one of the servants of Hope.
That's not the message I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but we don't.
Cutting his eyes out would send a different message.
Yeah, Or we could just send him a literal message that says we'd be happy to
If
do
we-
it.
If we tattooed "Welcome aboard" on his penis, that would send a whole different message also. But
Where did that come from?
Yeah, that was
that was a left fielder.
that was from my favorite submarine movie.
Let's let it go. Just let it go.
Is it a
Wait.
porn?
No, the one with
Is it a porno or
No,
is
the
it
one with
Kelsey Grammer?
yeah, the one with Kelsey Grammer.
From the
I definitely
90s?
don't remember
Down
that. Like
Periscope,
Hunt for Red
yeah.
October. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good one.
I don't remember that
Spooked.
I don't think that was
line,
on the.
but
I think that was on the. That wasn't the version that was on Disney Channel.
okay. Probably why.
Besides, tattooing implements at this time were a lot different than modern time. That'll
Little
take
sticks.
a while, yeah.
I'm not so good at this. It's just a bunch of smears.
Where are we? Are there like
You're in an
people-
alley, basically, right?
I
Yeah,
thought
there's
we were-
people
I thought we had
walking
left the
by,
city.
It's also Shanghai.
pointedly not looking at you guys.
Send him on his way and let's get up and
Yeah.
let's hurry to.
Are you sure
Yeah,
you,
take
you
some
don't want
turns and go see
to?
Jack.
At the very least, even if Ho Fang doesn't want to see us or anything like that, he's going to go.
Straight to Ho Fang,
Yes.
and we probably don't have.
We
a tail.
don't have to worry about at least him unless
So
there's other ones.
We'll look for
following
other.
us, too.
Let's get him out of the way, and then we'll hurry, try and lose any tails we might have, and then go to Jack.
Why don't we just?
Roll a 6 for looking for other.
Rip his
tails.
tongue out so he can't say anything.
No, we want to send the
Well,
message.
we want to send him. I like where you're going with it, but not this guy.
I think we
I
should
don't think
kill
he's
him.
going to go to Hofang. I think he's just going to keep following us.
I think he's gonna go straight to Ho Fang.
I think him checking around on that next one.
Yeah, I rolled a
on that
6
next-
on.
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll.
On sense trouble.
Unless
or
they're
shadowing,
exceptionally
whatever you want.
good at following us or invisible.
Okay. Yeah, there's another tail.
Hey, there's another tail. You want to beat him up too?
Yeah,
All right, let's do it.
Send the message.
I go after him.
Sure. All right. Yeah, you guys end up beating up about 6 tails,
And then we don't see anymore.
and then you don't see any
Let's
more.
go.
Yeah.
And now it's
Each one on the same
sun-
message.
the
If you want to
sun's
talk
setting
to us,
now.
talk to us. Don't send this crap out.
The sun's setting now. We spent the whole afternoon.
It's probably getting on toward dinner time. Yeah.
This is
Actually,
a
it's March.
really-
Yeah, it's getting close to sunset.
Interesting use of the day. Let's go to Jack now.
Sure. Yeah. You guys get to the warehouse where Jack has been training people. It's right around dinner time.
And Ho Fang probably knows where he is anyway, so like.
That's not the point. The sending that message is if you want to talk to us, kill two birds with one stone. Instead of us like walking up to a buddy, hey, how you doing, man? Like now he might have a reason, or he'll just try to kill us. Either way,
I
Either way.
think he's going to try and kill us anyway.
he already knew they were here. If he wanted to kill us instantly, we'd be dead.
He's just not even.
If he can send tidal waves to take out battleships, I'm pretty sure he could easily squish us.
I don't think he'll even acknowledge to come and see us.
Even if he doesn't, at least he knows that we know that he
Right.
knows.
Right.
We're not important enough.
Let's go. So let's talk to Jack.
Yes.
Sure.
What are you training this army for again?
Well, they have revolutionary thoughts, but I think they'll be perfect to try and take down Great Dragon Island.
Okay, cool. We're on the same thing. So have we told him about?
Did
what
you
we
see this article about the destroyer?
Yeah, we.
You know, funny thing about that.
We did that.
There's a
What you
good
did?
possi-
What?
There's a good possibility that perhaps we know a Japanese naval intelligence officer, and perhaps we told him certain information that would be a threat to the Empire.
You
of
didn't
Japan.
think it would be a good idea to let me in on this?
Well, that's why we're coming here. We didn't think that he was that high up that something would happen immediately. And we'll put it this way: he didn't
So they're
say
going to start
outright.
bombing the island next?
Yeah.
More along the lines of 42 millimeter shells.
Yeah.
When are they doing that?
We're not sure. But
He
soon.
wasn't too keen about losing a ship, so he wasn't privy to letting us know. However,
We're
I
helping.
don't think it would be too hard to figure out when it happens.
Well, yeah, we'll hear it from here.
There is another place of import, though, that perhaps, if they're bombing the island, have you thought of Ho Fang's warehouse?
I don't really want to mess with Ho Fang.
Well,
Is
if
he
you're going
tied
to
to
mess
the
with the island, you're going to be messing with Ho Fang.
I don't really want to mess with Ho Fang in Shanghai.
Is he? So he's at the island though. Ho Fang, right?
It's probably at his mansion.
Does he have anything to do with Dragon Island?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's a bloated cult of the bloated woman fortification. He is the one in charge of that.
Okay.
How were you planning on getting to the island? What was your plan?
Thought we'd take a ship. If we go in on the night that the cult's got a ritual, betting that all those cultists are going to be busy and not watching the coast very closely.
It's true.
He's got deep ones patrolling around the island.
He's got what?
Deep
The things that
ones.
attacked you in the hotel.
The things that the
Fishmen?
Yeah.
The fishmen that attacked you in the island are basically they're thralls, or they're like the minions of the cult. They're not necessarily they can either be
So you're saying those things are real? That
yes.
wasn't just...
Well, the Seamen's Club didn't destroy itself, and you were there when it happened.
Who told you that?
I can put 2 and 2 together, Jack.
We're not stupid, Jack.
And normally fires don't instantly start in calm skies and immolate people when you try to talk to them about translating a scroll.
You could have just asked.
We are the most badass college professors in the world.
I see.
Have you seen Raiders of the Lost Ark?
What?
No, never mind.
It hasn't been released yet.
So what do you need me for then if you're such a
Here's what
force
we
to
need.
be reckoned with?
We need the island to be purged so we can render it sterile.
And never have this problem
There's only
again there.
There's only 5 of us. Well, 6. One of us is banging, what's her name? Madam Swallow. What we were hoping for, Jack, was that the Japanese Navy would soften this island up so you and us could go there and just clean up the mess. But apparently, they have a sorcerer who can cast a magic spell called Wave of Oblivion.
That's how they killed the boat.
And that's how
Yeah.
they took out a destroyer.
They took out a destroyer, Jack.
Oh, yeah, I saw the article.
The Penhue's boat, the Dark Mistress, just left. Heading back to the island, I'm sure. I was kind of hoping that we could get to the island on there, because I'm guessing that whatever they have protecting the island would let that boat through. But
How big's this ship?
It's a yacht.
you haven't seen
Seagoing yacht.
No, it's not a seagoing yacht. That's like a baby warship.
Yeah, it's a yacht. A
That
warship
is-
would be like 6
that
times
is
that
not
size.
a yacht, dude.
Doesn't look like the berth on it's that big. I mean, it's got 1 smokestack.
It's a
and-
90-foot yacht.
Yeah. So,
That's not 90 foot is damn near.
seagoing yacht. It can take the sea, but
Okay.
I can't see it. It's not
Okay.
warship. I mean, warships are much larger.
No, they're not. That's the size of a.
Cutter.
That's
a
the
cutter.
size of a cruiser or a Corvette or bigger than a minesweeper. That's not a pleasure cruiser. They could do some serious fuckery with that. Jack, the luxurious goddess is still in town. Ho Fang's boat. We could use that to get to the island. I'm guessing Penhue's sorcerer's not going to sink Ho Fang's boat, since Ho Fang's providing the island.
We could hijack one of these ships.
That was my thought exactly.
Fit most of the army aboard a 90-foot vessel.
And when 42 millimeter shells are raining down, I don't think that they're really, if we're flying those flags, that they're going to even think about sending that wave out. But that means a whole lot of things have to come our way. As in, that ship needs to be docked in
I
Shanghai
don't
when
really
that
want. I
happens.
don't know about your preferences, But I don't want to be assaulting a beach when 42 millimeter shells are flying overhead.
Well, what I'm saying is, when the shells start landing, we have to hope that that ship is here to get that ship to take it. That's what I mean.
Let's see.
I don't think it matters.
But there are two ships. There's Ho Fang's ship and there's Penhu's ship.
I think they're casting spells. I don't think the ships matter. I don't think there's a magical barrier over the island that keeps other ships out. I think
However-
there's a dude standing on the dock to cast that spell.
But to be honest, how else are we going to get these guys over there?
Just any boat. Throw them on a boat, go over there. If the dude's not casting the spell on the island, then we're cool. So next time those ships are in anchor, we just get up and go. Race in there, get there as fast as we can.
I don't agree.
Or if you do steal one of their boats, then they're not going to cast it because they're going to think it's
Right.
Ho Fang coming.
How easy is it to really steal a boat from a freaking sorcerer and the mob boss of this town?
Well, not for 6 of us, but
Well,
for
Jack
160
seems
of
to
us.
think he can do it with his crew, so...
Sure.
And when they're in the warehouse, the boats are there, so Jack's got
Okay.
the army
It's
to
not
do
really,
it.
I don't think. Okay, whatever you guys want to do.
I just think that they won't do the Wave of Oblivion if they see Ho Fang's boat coming.
I think we should let the Japanese bombard the island, Jack, and then go over and clean up what's left.
After the shells, once we start hearing the shells, that's when we hijack the ship, if it's in port in Shanghai.
I think we should wait till the next day.
They won't be there.
Why? We don't want them to be there.
No, I'm saying those ships won't be there. They as soon as shells start to fall, they
Well,
will know
that's
something's
true.
going on at their fortress and will most definitely sail out there to stop it.
Yeah.
So if those shells are falling and then we assault while that's happening,
If they have a means of communication, they might not come back. If it's bad enough,
That's
they might
true.
flee.
They
either
might-
way, we want to stop them. And if they're on that ship or on the island, either way, we need to get to that island somehow. And that big old ship, why not use theirs?
I think we should use either the Dark Mistress or the Luxurious Goddess. I could see going when they start bombarding the island. I don't have a problem with that. Well, it's up to Jack. It's his army.
I can have them ready quickly. I don't know if I can have them ready in minutes.
Well,
Get ready now.
perhaps we could observe. Talk to our friend, the Japanese naval intelligence officer, and or observe.
I don't think we're gonna find him again.
I think we will.
Do you have
Leaving
grenades?
the Chinese equation out of it with the Japanese naval intelligence would be highly beneficial to us to not say a peep about it. Because the Japanese and the Chinese are not friends. He doesn't want to tell us when they're going to do this.
Well, I understand.
We only assume it's soon.
I think that we could go where the Japanese battleship is tied up and watch to see when it leaves.
What? We're going to go to Honshu Island? To Japan?
No, but
That's where their ships are going to be.
yeah, there's ships in Shanghai too.
I don't think they're going to have a battleship in Shanghai
Why not?
because it's not their country. We can't just roll up with a
It
battleship.
kind of is their country, honestly.
No,
The-
that's why Manchuria was such a big deal.
Shanghai's not owned by the Chinese. It's owned by
You think the British want
and the
a battleship of the
Japanese.
Japanese?
Yeah, there's not a Japanese battleship
Yeah.
docked here.
You roll up a battleship to any port that's not your own, that means you're at war.
I know. I was in the Navy.
Then you know.
We went to all kinds of freaking places.
Well, the Japanese weren't allies with anybody; they were isolationists.
Yeah.
I can guarantee, though, when you were in the Navy and you went to all kinds of places, there was already a U.S. naval base there.
Nope. We just went places. We called first. We didn't just show up.
Right. Or we did. I mean, this is the United States.
We had to be invited. who's keeping an eye on Ho Fang? Are you keeping an eye on Ho Fang? Or maybe Madame Swallow is.
I am in no position to keep an eye on Ho Fang. My goal is to keep Ho Fang from noticing me.
Until it's appropriate that he knows who you are.
Well, he was following us around.
Even with that, it's because Ho Fang is seeking me. He wants the scroll.
Well, scroll is no longer in play.
What has
It's
happened
been
to it?
destroyed.
What?
Don't worry. We've already translated it and the information
I
perfectly.
knew you had translated it, but
Madame Swallow wanted that scroll back so badly, not only because it was taken from her, but because Ho Fang was going to purchase it from her.
that... And you let him get it?
No. We
No.
convinced her that it was a fake, and she thus threw it into a fire, and we watched it burn.
I've sweet talked her basically. That's pretty
It's also why
impressive.
one of our companions is close now. Although you would definitely not want to be in her presence anytime soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't plan to go
Although
visit her
does she
socially.
kind of likes Western dudes.
I
Damn.
think she might have a grudge against me.
Well, we convinced her to burn the scroll.
Well, at least Ho Fang won't get it. What'd you do with the translation?
We mailed a copy to New York, and we have one hidden.
Somewhere Ho Fang can't get a hold of it?
It is his town. He has been following us. We've been going lots of places. Shopping, drinking, eating breakfast. I don't know.
How many of those places were at restaurants Ho Fang owns?
He probably
All of
owns
them.
all of them.
See.
We are very security conscious and trying to be careful, but that's kind of why we need to take care of this. I'm guessing we're not going to kill Ho Fang, but if we can wipe the stain from this island, then the cult of the bloated woman will be severely hampered.
I like the sound of that, but I don't know that we're ready to take him on. Penhue's got to be our highest priority.
Take on
I
one, you
agree.
take on the other.
They're together.
But
You're
I
sure
agree.
of that?
Well, you normally don't dock your boats right next to each other and all be
No,
all
that-
chummy.
It wasn't Penhu that was docked next to him. It was
It
the.
was. That's a ship.
That was his ship.
That's a ship.
Yep.
They're definitely, and there's a third player in town as well.
Well, that's right. Okay, Gavin.
Who's the third?
No.
A sorcerer from Boston.
What's his name?
Carl Stanford. You ever heard of him?
I haven't.
I'm trying to get a little more information out of myself, but from what we've heard, he's a potent sorcerer.
Worse, he's probably a Red Sox fan.
Oh. Damn. Why'd you have to bring that up?
Priorities.
I'm gonna have to kill you now, Jack.
I'm just saying, you want to mess with one, it's going to be a triangle. But I agree. If anybody's blood is spilled, for sure, Penhue's is the one to bleed out.
He must be stopped. No matter the cost.
I don't think we have the strength to take out Ho Fang, but if we can get rid of Penhue and we can protect the island from opening up a portal to the gates of hell, then our job will be done. Perhaps you could find a nice desert island or deserted island somewhere in the Pacific with some nice bare-breasted women and retire.
It's a lovely notion.
We still have to fix what your former boss did in Egypt.
We have to stop Penhue before we can do that.
I agree.
So, assuming that this attack happens soon, We don't know when. Thinking, I'm sure the Japanese will have some ships, considering they own Taiwan at the moment, and most of these Aleutian Islands out here, not Aleutian, but archipelago islands out there, they definitely have ships that can get there quickly. I don't know. Last time we gave him information, it happened that night. I don't know if it will happen tonight, but it's definitely soon. So,
Who's that?
you know where Ho Fang's warehouse is.
I do.
That's where his ship is docked. That may be where the mistress will be docked. Penhu's ship as well. So, if you have a man that can get some telescope or binoculars,
Or a woman.
to keep an eye on it, and as soon as something happens, somehow let us know. I'm sure we'll hear something, but
Let you know
if
so you
there's-
can do what?
we'll take one of them ships. Get your revolutionaries to be revolutionary.
It's going to require me moving these people on awfully short notice.
Well, we've both been in battle before.
How soon do you think this is going down?
The last time we told them, it happened that night. However, they did lose a ship. So I don't know, just in my mind, I don't know how the Japanese Navy works, but after they lose something like that, I don't know if they're going to be too keen to do it right away. But I'm very sure that the Japanese believe that it was a weapon and not magic that created that huge wave. And I'm very sure that they want that weapon. So whenever their brass decides it, which will probably be soon, or however long it takes to steam a ship out this way with the caliber guns that he was talking about.
All right. Then we need to be ready to move quickly.
Yes.
I'm not sure how fast I can mobilize the entire militia.
How many men do you have?
And women.
We have 60 here.
60 would be enough to take a ship on short notice. 59 with one as a runner to get the other ones to help. A 1-2 punch.
The question is not so much of how many do we have in training as how many can we assemble quickly. It's actually, the whole organization's almost 200, but it's not like any of them are living here. Their homes are spread throughout Shanghai.
Send out a bulletin.
When they hear the shelling,
No, send out a bulletin for them to be even closer.
I'll see how many we can get to.
If you need money for
Commit to
hotel
staying.
rooms, let us know.
We can't put these people up in hotels. We need to put them up in the warehouse, in the training facility. We can house them here. If you think it's only going to be a few days,
That's what we think. I wish I knew more. But I'm not privy to all naval intelligence of the Japanese Empire.
wait, can't we talk to someone in their dreams?
sure. Who?
You want to talk to Asage?
Yeah.
He's probably sleeping right now.
No, I'm serious. We have the.
No, that's actually a good idea. You got the
wanna talk
bowl. Asage, the naval officer. Talk to him in his dreams. Find out when they're going to have the guns.
The hoedown.
Yeah.
Yes, the knees up.
I thought the dream spell only sent information. It didn't. It was
You
like a
can't really-
one way.
Well, we can.
You can persuade him to let us know.
Yeah. But I'm just saying you can't.
Yeah,
Interrogate
it's not
through
yeah.
the dream.
We can be crafty. Still have coffee on back there?
There may be.
I'll be right back. See you.
Sure.
I have to whiz too.
That's
I'll wait.
important.
I will wait till they get back. What was that spell?
It was a long time ago.
It
Yeah.
was a long
At
time
the very
ago.
beginning of your book. your diaries of a madman or whatever you wanted to call it.
Very good in here. To summon the dreams.
I don't think it's summon dreams.
Was it the one with human skin? The one in French or no? Do you know what language it was in?
I don't remember.
Red leather binding book, the Pancatonic manuscripts. Life is a God in English.
It was one of the books from New York.
Yeah, so I was just looking up. There's 4 of them here. So the 4 books from New York were the Pancreatic manuscripts, the Selections de Livre d'Avon, Amongst the Stars was a book of poems, and a handwritten Life is a God in English, handwritten in flesh.
I think the spell in question was just a dream sending spell.
Yes, with the copper bowl.
Mm-hmm.
We have the copper bowl, an alien substance. Send dream. Copper-like alien substance, copper from above. Send
Yep.
dream.
Yeah, that was the send dream. There we go. Send a short, specific dream to a target. Target must be asleep and within 20 miles of the caster.
There we go. Let's do it.
You can try at least.
What's the message you want to send?
Tell the Navy to use depth charges.
I think you
And-
did tell him that already, didn't you?
Yeah.
We were running back there to tell them.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
No, we were running back there to tell them that the ship was there.
Yeah, I think you'd already told him about the depth charges.
I'm going to remind him again
Because you had told him about the frogmen.
because he might forget.
Sure.
And tell him to let us know when they were going to attack.
Why
the
don't you
island.
just tell them the day to do it, and then we'll know. Can you do that? You tell him when to do it?
He's not really in charge.
Yeah, give them a vision of the island being blown up and on fire on a certain day.
Yeah.
Can't you send images? I mean, it's not.
Well,
just
he's not the
words.
one that's pulling the strings. He's just like the message boy, messenger.
Right, but I don't know. Like, Japanese are pretty spiritual. Like if you make it like the new moon is on the 24th. If you like send the message like you see, like you said, the islands and good tidings, and there's a new moon in the sky, might be.
Plus, look how fast he acted the last time he got things done. So he must know somebody.
Right, but I mean, I think we need to. I think we should tell him that maybe send him a dream is not like a telegram. I think we should.
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to use magic, or excuse me, spell casting.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is portray us as great ancestors or favored of the great ancestors,
If you Shinto, though.
and that we should be kept apprised of the goings on of the Navy, and that we can help them if only the great ancestors want us to help, and that and to tell us how we can help and when.
Our fates intertwined with it.
Yes,
Something like that.
we're like that.
Basically, the intent is let them know when this will happen.
Yeah. Also, remind to use depth charges.
All right.
And also that the ships, if they run into the ship, the Dark Mistress,
Blow it up.
to blow it the fuck up.
Not if we're the ones going to be on it. Don't remind them of that shit.
Oh, too late.
All right. So spend a point of spellcasting.
When do I learn Fireball? I'm just wondering.
Level 4.
Oh, damn.
And also go ahead and do you have reassurance?
Yes.
Would you like to spend a point of reassurance on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Will it help?
I wouldn't ask if it wouldn't help. And when you guys, where are you casting the spell? Are you doing this at Jack's warehouse?
I'm gonna go up on the roof
Awesome.
of Jack's warehouse.
Okay. Are you doing it by yourself or?
I'm gonna
It's your
have-
prayer time, right?
Hmm?
It's your prayer time.
No, I'm going to have somebody else on the roof,
Mm-hmm.
but far enough away that if I get struck by lightning, they're not going to get blown up.
Okay.
But somebody to make sure that I'm still alive, and or to, if I become possessed, to invoke the Old Yeller protocol.
Now, if memory serves,
because I don't want to be like.
this is the first time anybody has cast a spell,
That'd be me. I'll be there.
right?
No, you casted one.
I did.
Okay, oh, that's right.
That was a kind of a Hail Mary, though.
Yeah, that was.
It wasn't
Actually,
as
I wouldn't mind
intentional
go.
as
I'll
this
go up
one.
and stay with him. I kind of want to see how this works.
Okay.
Don't get too close.
I won't. I'll stay back.
So you
There
kneel
could be
down.
anal bleeding or something.
I'll take notes.
You're eating Pringles?
And you've got a big copper bowl that you have to have for it. And you carefully purify some water first and fill the bowl. And then you sit down and focus. And you concentrate first on Isoge's mental image. And you sketch some symbols over the water. And sprinkle some herbs into the water. And as you're concentrating, you see Isoge's face appear in the reflected in the water as you're looking down at it, and then you project the images of the dream into the water, and that's basically expending the spellcasting point. It does that, and you feel kind of staggered. A lot of mental energy went forth in the process of sending this dream, but you're pretty sure that it got through to him.
I think you got the message.
How do you get spellcasting the ability?
It's a skill. You buy it.
I can just buy it
Mm-hmm.
and see it on there.
It's an optional roll.
I'm going to take a nap. That was draining.
Basically, if you take spellcasting,
Up on the rope
you
or
spend
down
points of
downstairs.
spellcasting.
I'm going to
instead
do
of
it
spending
right.
points
I'm
of
just going to
stability.
collapse.
Collapse.
That's cool. That's cool. I didn't know. I'd like to be a powerful sorcerer. That's my new goal.
All right.
Wave of Oblivion, is that your objective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to cast that. Maybe I'll cast
For
that
my
on
next
canvas.
trick, I'm going to summon a genie. Or maybe not tonight. I roll over and in my cloak and I fall asleep.
Sure. Yeah, that was draining.
I'm going to take notes on everything I just saw.
So while he's sleeping, you should cast the same spell and symptoms
Yeah.
use.
Do that. Can I?
I don't think you've learned that spell yet.
I can spell insanity though, right? No. I'm just kidding. I'll spend 4 points to make it happen. No. Okay. Cool.
All right. So Mustafa passed out on the roof. Rose and Alexander were up there with him, so you stop him from rolling off the roof. And what's the next move, folks?
Let's go to the island.
No. We'll go to the island on a big
Well,
boat
we
with a lot
definitely
of
don't want
guys.
to go get the boat now because they're going to blow it up.
We
I
need
definitely
like
want the boat now.
a high point
We're
and
gonna
a
get blown up.
telescope, right?
I'm not worried about that.
A high observation point and a telescope. So we
Alright.
can look at the island.
How far away is it?
200 kilometers away.
Yeah, I know. That's how
It's
are
going to
we
have to be an awfully high tower.
That's right. And how are we going to hear the shells? I think this whole idea that we could just sit in town and when we hear these explosions in the distance,
Well,
we're not going to hear
I want
anything.
to say hear the explosions, but they shell something, you will see it on the horizon.
If it's at night.
Even if it isn't. The
What
sound
if it's a
will carry.
lightning storm?
Honestly, with shells that size, you'll probably feel it.
Yeah.
We're talking battleship.
Yeah.
Like 500 pounds of gunpowder behind it.
But they're far away.
So
Like
it's
if
over an ocean.
Yeah.
We're on a coast.
I understand.
I get what you're saying. Like, it's not going to be like...
It's not going to be like a loud boom. You're not
Yeah.
going to see a mushroom cloud, but
No.
you'll notice something's going on.
We'll be able to at least get the signal from it. Like,
So what are we doing?
you know what? I'm gonna Google it. I'm just gonna Google it.
All right.
I want to see. I'm actually curious now.
Yeah, I
See
don't
what?
think.
If we would hear that explosion,
Nope, I don't think we
is that
hear
what you're
anything.
googling?
Yeah.
See, I think you'd feel it, kind of like an earthquake.
Like a concussive blast.
I
But
mean,
you're thinking like a tremor
yeah, I think you'd feel a faint tremor, even at that kind of range.
traveling under the ocean up the coast.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be, knocking down buildings kind of tremor, but I think you'd feel something.
You're the DM, so I'm going to go with it.
Well, that's...
And we all look at each other and say, was that an earthquake or did a ship go down?
Yeah, I mean, it's, was that an earthquake or did a truck go rumbling by on the street? But, yeah. Did you guys notice the earthquake that was here, like, a month or
I
two
did
ago?
not.
Okay.
Okay.
I felt one back in the 80s, and it was like less than a 1, but I was on a bed, and the bed moved. You know what I mean? If I was like standing anywhere, I wouldn't have.
See, that last one that was in town a couple of months ago, I was at work, so I was up on the 8th floor, and I definitely felt something. So I thought, did somebody did a helicopter land in the helipad next door wrong, or did a truck drop something in the street? Like, no, it was an earthquake.
Alright, so the closest article I could find to it was somebody had heard a rumor that if a battleship fires all of its guns broadside, that it would capsize because of the shock and everything like that. And of course, that's not true.
Yeah.
Because they do that.
Yeah, what moron would be like, I'm going to design this shit? It's like the people who believe that knights, if they fell
Yeah.
off their horses, would be killed because
Well,
they
on
couldn't get
the
up.
hull of the battleship, they have these ridges on both sides that keep it from.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
designed so that you can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, kind of like the stadium when it was built. Every single toilet was flushed at the same time to make sure. They actually called in the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts for the royal flush. It was called. So they designed stuff to
They
take
did?
the yeah.
That's awesome.
So
I
they
didn't know
designed
that.
things to take the largest load possible. But getting back to the whole how
Yeah.
far away can you hear it from? They say that it is enough from a ship's firing to move the ship, not much, but 6 inches. But when you have 154,000 tons moving
Yeah.
at 6 inches of inertia from a gun, so that's a huge amount of force.
Yeah, no, it's
It doesn't say how loud it would be, but if it's enough to move a couple hundred, almost a couple 100,000 ton ship,
Yeah.
I'm sure that the shockwave of that, because the shockwave is enough to actually put the guns back into alignment for another shot. So,
Yeah, I think you're gonna feel that there's something going on, and when it's sustained for
Hours.
hours,
Yeah.
half hour, hours, you're gonna know something's going on.
all right. So they asked about artillery from World War One. How far away?
Oh, that seems relevant.
Yeah.
Those were actually much smaller guns.
Yeah. They say 180 kilometers away.
Which is about the distance we're talking.
That's for the, like you were saying, the smaller guns. But wait, there's more. High velocity naval guns can be heard up to 280 kilometers away when fired in succession.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's not unreasonable.
We're
Thank
talking
you.
about the
Yeah.
peninsula
Yeah.
when the
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, that
And we've
was
all learned something.
that was 10
Yes,
minutes
we've
of
learned
exciting
something.
googling.
thank you, Google. I'm sure everything on there is completely accurate.
All right. So,
All right, so we can hear the guns. How about that?
do you expect that you'll be able to hear the guns? Yeah. Actually, a couple of you guys are World War I veterans. So you probably
Mhm.
would have expected to be able to then.
Okay, so what? Now that we know that we'll hear the guns, we just wait. I'm gonna start reading books then,
Well-
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we did kind of send a message to Hofang. We'll see what he does with that.
I'm gonna chill out and look. One of these books have a spell in it that I can learn.
Well, there isn't like an index of spells.
Well, I can tell you for a fact that the book that I read, called Sélection de la Verne, has the spell that I,
Sure.
and the other one is the Song of the Jinn, which he learned a spell from. So
Is that the spell he learned? No, he's learned some genie.
amongst the stones, I don't think had any spells in it. Life as a god, I don't believe had any spells in it.
Can I read a?
'Cause
I don't think
had-
anybody has read any of their books completely cover to cover, though.
I
okay.
read the one,
I don't think you've finished it.
but I'll finish my book.
Well, we did read Final Confessions of Gaspar Farrago. I don't think there was any spells in that, because we did read that one all the way through.
Okay.
I was almost done with the
Aw.
Life as a God,
So yeah,
or I was done. I thought
we'll
I
have a
finished
quiet
it.
read
Yeah,
until
I'll just keep
Armageddon.
reading that until we hear guns or whatever.
Okay, so you guys are basically just heading back to the hotel then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
It's
pulling
going
up.
to take us time to travel to the island, too.
yeah. No, I'm just spending all my time with my nose in a book.
Okay.
I want to learn spells. That was really cool what you did.
Well, you guys do get back to the hotel then. And
I do play a wizard every other Saturday night.
and when you get back to the hotel, the guy at the front desk is waving at you, and he has a expression on his face of deep, deep concern.
Dr. Jones!
Yeah.
I guess this is probably where we get to talk to Hofang.
This invitation arrived for you, and there's 6 envelopes with one for each of your names.
Open mine up.
It is
Wait,
fine.
An arsenic comes out.
Is it our real names or our...
It's your real names.
I don't know why you guys want to insist on using fake names. They know everything about us.
It's
Right?
Good
Get a
news.
surprise.
Good news. I got no family left. Part of my backstory, they're all dead. You can't do shit to me.
on very fine paper, exquisite calligraphy, gold embossing, and it is an invitation
Fancy.
to dinner tonight at Hofang's mansion.
I will wear my best clothes.
His mansion on the island.
No, his mansion in town.
In the warehouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the big building with the bullseye.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
I'm going to dinner.
Not in, that's like walking right in, that's like strapping yourself in a meat dress and walking into a hungry lion's den.
I'm going to go to.
I'm going to go also.
I mean, we're gonna invite them, and then we're just gonna.
Yeah,
no, it's just gonna
you
piss
started
them off.
this
Yeah.
plan in motion.
What
I
I'm saying
wanted
is
to
that we
kill
can
the guy.
write a reply that says there's an alternate place that we could
I
meet."
don't think you've.
No,
He's
This
not-
guy.
I don't think so. You don't do that to him.
It's in the French concession.
If
not
he
far
wanted
from
to
the
kill
old
us,
city.
he would have killed us.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%. We'd be dead if the guy wanted us dead.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We have powerful juju.
You just demonstrated it.
Yeah.
You should send him a dream that we're coming. A prophetic
To be
dream.
nice.
Oh, I only got
Actually,
one.
you fell asleep,
kill
didn't
us.
you?
We wake him up.
I mean, I took like
gee.
a half hour.
Did he get a dream back?
Well, that's what I was just wondering.
It's a long rest. So.
Yeah, so you did get a dream of the 6 of you sitting down to a very fine dinner in Hofang's mansion.
Oh, okay.
And there were just endless courses of exquisite food. And in your dream, as you were eating it, everything was delicious. And you looked down and then noticed that all of the food was full of rot and insects. and it was squirming all over everyone's plate, and yet everyone was still eating it with great enjoyment.
You're gonna poison us.
I'm not going to tell any of these people.
All right.
Really? You're that guy? You're that part of the group?
I just keep eating.
Absolutely.
That's what happens when you get gas station sushi.
Wait, that's a bad thing? It's so inexpensive.
I like gas station sushi, actually.
Oh my god.
Get-Go? Great gas station
You are
sushi.
way braver than I am.
Oh,
Especially the stuff with the caviar.
dude, I
on
ate a
top. That's all.
tarantula and I would not
Geckos
eat gas
comes from
station
giant eagle.
sushi.
So
Yeah,
So
but
the-
giant eagle is.
the
that
best
doesn't count.
The best
I don't
sushi I've
think that
ever had
counts.
was in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Nowhere near an ocean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems a little fishy.
I
It was
don't.
amazing.
I won't eat
Oh.
sushi unless I can smell the ocean, and or see the fish squirming before they cut it.
You mean you don't want Lake Erie perch sushi?
I love mercury sushi. It's delicious.
So does that mean you don't eat sushi, or is there a place you go and you can see the fish?
I don't eat sushi unless I'm by the ocean or like within 5 miles of it.
Okay, so let's get dressed up and go.
Okay.
Put on my nice clarity robes.
All
I don't
right.
have nice clothes.
But
I'll just bring the
would
cold.
you?
The rest
would
of you
wear
are
a
aware
suit
that
if
you know,
if we bought you
if
one?
Samus doesn't get a little cleaned up, it'll be viewed as an insult.
Yeah, let's clean them up.
Throw them in the bathtub.
Throw light. Little eye on him. What is that? Louse. Delouse him.
It's not even right. No, we'll go buy him a suit so he looks good for this.
All right. Are you going to go along peaceably with that
So this is happening at night,
this evening? Yeah.
if there's time, I suppose.
It's you're in a nice hotel in Shanghai. I'm pretty sure you can get a tailor in there and with a team to assemble something fairly quickly. It's just going to be costly. The taking the bath won't be the hard part.
Oh no.
I mean, it might be for you, but
I think he's kicking and screaming the whole time.
It's like washing my dog. Just wants no part of it.
Yep.
So what I would do is I would take hot dog, put a
Everything's
little
spread.
piece,
Got
just
to go
bring
in.
a line of it into the bathroom, and as soon as he got into the bathroom, I'd shut the door. Gotcha.
no.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, then I'm just going.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything to prepare?
Okay. I got a black tie.
Okay. All right. So you guys head to the mansion. And let me see if I have a map for this. Hold on a second. I think there might be a handout. There is, in fact, a handout. So, if you take a look at you're greeted at the front door by a servant, and so the mansion is large, right? And the areas that have the X by them are open to the air. So this is like a courtyard, stables, garage, another open courtyard with servants' quarters. And you recognize this as you come in the doors here and you're immediately admitted. And he brings you down this hallway and you smell the open air and you can see if there's a garden of some sort set up down this way. And he directs you into the dining room.
Are we patted down or anything like that?
Not at all.
Okay.
And when you go into the dining room, there are 2 men in there, and it's just the 5 of you. Declan wasn't able to make it.
Right.
All right. There are 2 men standing in there. One is obviously Chinese. Let me just grab a brief description of him for you. Make sure that I am describing him properly. And he is kind of short, kind of heavy set. He's got a nice big smile on his face. He's wearing a white linen suit and smoking a cigarette. Yeah. That has a
little cap thing on it.
no, it's a dark wrapper instead of the usual white wrapper on a cigarette.
He's
And
got clothes.
standing next to him
Blood.
is a Caucasian man, looks to be middle-aged. He's clean-shaven, receding hairline, wearing a pair of glasses, and he is dressed in a black tux to
The
match the ones that
Penhue?
most of you are. It is not Penhue, no.
No, this is Stafford.
And Ho Fang introduces himself. I am Ho Fang. I believe you have demonstrated some interest in me, gentlemen and lady. This is my good friend Carl Stanford. He is a member of the Order of the Silver Twilight. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
He expressed interest in being present for our meeting.
We'll introduce ourselves.
Yeah. Thank you for your gracious hospitality and inviting us.
Well, word came to me that
6 times.
it did, that you were most insistent upon a face-to-face meeting. So please, take a seat. And he snaps his fingers, and Stanford sits at one end of the table. He sits at the other, and the 5 of you are arrayed between them. A servant comes in, pours a glass of wine at each of your place settings, and then hurries back out.
I'm going to sit by Carl.
All right.
So, I was wondering why everybody was foggy.
Was what?
I was wondering why everyone was foggy.
Figured it out.
I will try the wine.
All right. Well, he raises his glass. To pleasant discussion and future opportunities.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, we are curious as to why you had someone following us.
I have many contacts throughout the city, and I have many areas of interest. When people arrive in the city and ask questions and meet with people who are already people of persons of interest, I am compelled to try to find out more about them.
So you did not know we were coming to Shanghai? Is that what you're saying?
I don't believe I made any such statement.
Very well. It is a beautiful and mysterious city. We are just humble researchers from Miskatonic University on a junket traveling the world.
Stanford reacts to that. It's Miskatonic. Really? How very interesting. And what is your field of study?
I am an archaeologist.
Oh, and are all-
Logistics.
oh, very fascinating. What brings you to Shanghai then?
Search for the unknown.
Any particular unknown? After all, one could venture
Mysticism,
that.
Gnostics. I mean, running into the order is
Millennial cults,
yeah.
See.
death cults.
And have you turned up anything of interest? I would love to see.
Oh, lots.
I look forward to reading your publications about this. Any drafts I could see or thoughts you'd care to share in this regard?
Much of what we've learned is unpublishable, and we would be scoffed at by our colleagues.
Well, then you certainly must tell me about it, for
I think much of it you already know.
I am but a humble student. I am always anxious to learn more. Please, please share what you have learned. At least to the extent that you can over dinner, and then perhaps we could meet to study further in the future.
Do you mind if we tell stories? We can tell a story about the werewolves of London.
Yeah.
That's pretty harmless. We'll tell the story. Yeah, we'll go through the whole story of going into a town and investigating, and turns out there's a curse in the family, and just explain the whole thing.
Like one of those one-off X-Files episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The monster of the
The
week.
meta plot ones, not the
Yeah.
real ones. Monster of the week.
Fascinating. Who's telling the story?
I suppose it's me.
Yeah, you.
All right. Give me a. Do you want to spend a point, perhaps, of reassurance? Get them comfortable with you.
Sure.
That seems to be what you're doing here.
How about oral history?
I've got both.
I think this is more reassurance because
4.
I think your goal is more to make him comfortable with you than it is to actually accurately tell the
describe
story.
the werewolf?
But I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I spent 1. I got 4.
Okay.
Are you,
Yeah, you don't need to roll. You're just spending the point.
are you including the parts where we murdered that little girl?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, you're not. You're gonna skip over that.
Yeah. We're not going to skip over it. What we'll do is simply say that once the townspeople found out the truth, unfortunately, that's why this is just a story, and we can't have any empirical proof about it.
Yeah.
It's hard to have proof when they burn down.
Did you obtain her corpse? I think it would have been fascinating to perform an
She reverted
autopsy. But what could there be beneath the surface?
Unfortunately, nothing but charcoal now.
We did get some samples, didn't we?
Other than my arm.
Well, if it had been running rampant through her family, perhaps there could be other corpses to inspect in their mausoleum. Surely that survived.
Yeah.
Well, being humble students, we did not want to stick around during a riot.
Show me your arm. The scar.
On the big scar.
Yeah, where the bite mark is. That's proof.
Most impressive.
Uh-huh.
Suddenly we've turned this into Jaws.
We're the
I got you beat.
I've got you beat.
We're the hands-on kind of researchers.
What
not
did happen
just
to your hand?
Stuff with academics.
I had a run-in. Now, so here's the thing. How far down this road do you want to go out of game, guys?
I'm debating if my 45 automatic would do anything at the moment.
Sure.
That's literally where my mind is.
I had
I
a
mean,
conversation
honestly-
with a servant of the Black Pharaoh and lost my hand in the process.
Sorry, a servant of whom?
The Black Pharaoh?
Who is that?
He goes by a lot of names, but he's one of the old gods.
Heretical, of course.
Yes, of course, Father. Heretical.
Truth to be told, I cut his hand off. And I had
No,
to.
it melted it off, remember?
No, yeah, but it was charred, and you were still holding the item, and then I chopped it off.
What
So-
item was
It's
this?
all kind of fuzzy right now because you guys was drugged, and
That's true.
I don't really know what happened.
We didn't want you to feel the pain.
I wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
It all happened very fast.
What item was he holding?
It was a crown.
A crown.
Assess honesty. Is he really? Does it seem like he knows what I'm talking about?
You don't need to roll.
I have a
You can
6.
spend the point.
Yeah.
And, he knows exactly what you're talking about.
He knows that we know, and we know that he knows.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we can drop the act. You're aware of what we're talking about.
I have heard of the cult of the Black Pharaoh. And I did hear that Gavignon was most upset about losing the artifact he had crafted for his personal use. I did not realize that you were the ones who had taken it, though.
It wasn't that we took it; it took us.
Well, rest assured.
Perhaps if you were to return it to me, I could see to it that Gavignon got it back.
Alas, that's impossible.
Some things are taken that can never be brought back, like maybe Jackson Elias.
Ah. I heard Jackson was a kind-hearted man.
Perhaps too kind-hearted. A mistake that we are not eager to make ourselves. Rest assured that the crown is somewhere where no one will ever find it.
I wish I knew where.
It is a shame. A headdress of eyes like that is a costly artifact to create.
And an amazing thing, the power that it gives you.
And the Vatican will know what to do with it. They always do.
Yeah.
I don't
In
know
answer
if you
to-
can tech
it-
that lie, but I'm throwing it out there.
It revealed a great many secrets while it had me in its thrall.
Any you wish to share?
Maybe if we become friends someday.
Or lovers.
We're lovers. With my Faust.
Gotta start using your jade fist. Going like this.
So, no, we all run in the same circles and would love to know more and learn more of the mysteries of the universe that you have obviously been privy to and uncovered.
So Hofang has been largely quiet
Mm-hmm.
while you've had this conversation.
Oh, we're talking with the.
Yeah.
You were talking with Stanford.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he's kind of been observing.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, my character borderline on the cultist side.
Sure.
So, like,
Sure.
I feel like I'm the one that should be having this conversation with these guys.
Absolutely. So Stanford is,
Yeah.
very interested in everything you have to say,
Mhm.
and perhaps when you return to New England, you should pay a visit to the Order.
I would very much like to be a part of the order.
I think you may have done some things to deserve consideration.
I told
I'm
you.
going, I'm going like this.
I'm getting my shot out right now. I think he needs some medicine.
That's alright. We're just winging it right now.
I'm just listening.
But ultimately, your membership would depend upon what you choose to do next.
Of course.
And at this point, Hofang stands up. A couple of appetizers have already come out. Soup, salad, nuts. Well, nuts will be later. Soup and salad. And the first course comes out, and it is a fish dish. It looks
Are they
very
eating it?
appetizing. Stanford is. Hofang is not.
Okay.
He has been drinking from wine that you saw poured from the same.
Oh, anything he does, I'll do. I don't want to get poisoned.
All right.
I don't know anything about the rot. I just worry that this is crime lord is going to poison the shit out of us.
Is anyone who
I'm
isn't eating
not-
or
I'm-
drinking?
I'm not going to eat or drink.
You're not going to eat or drink?
No.
I mean,
I'll
Not-
bake like I'm drinking when he did the
The
toast
wine?
in the
Yeah,
beginning, but
okay.
not really drink it. Food, I feel it's poison.
to say we're being guarded is an understatement.
Okay. So who is eating and drinking? Okay. And you're not? Or you said you were drinking?
If Hofang drinks, I'll have it.
Hofang drinks.
Yeah, I can take my wine.
You'll drink. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that he could kill us if he wanted
All right.
to.
So Hofang stands up. Is my food not good enough for you?
I'd be more interested in the conversation.
I'm actually fasting at the moment for spiritual guidance. I didn't mean to offend you.
I ate at the hotel.
Did my invitation not arrive in time?
No, I didn't see him.
You're going to get somebody killed at that. 2 people just died.
Oh well.
I am-
You're going to die poisoning anyway.
My
No, he meant
deepest
the people
apologies,
delivering
my
those
lady.
letters.
Oh, delivering those letters. Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay then.
No, to no fault of your own. It was
Oh.
from us arriving back at our hotel.
No,
late.
it is. If you were able to make it here in time, the invitation should have arrived in time so that you would be properly prepared. My sincere apologies. I shall never allow anything of this sort to happen again or color our interactions in the future.
I think this is magnificent.
I'm very glad to hear it, Mr. Ali.
Mr. Ali Ababa.
As
Thank you
said.
again for your hospitality and your company in this conversation. It's a high honor to be able to meet you.
But I'm afraid I must ask about something that has troubled me in your actions. I know that you have had meetings with that representative of the Japanese Navy. And you have sent men through him to assault Great Dragon Island. And you have sought out the man who stole the scrolls away from my dear friend, Lady Swallow. And I believe you continue to meet with him, and perhaps plan further actions against my holdings. Why do you do this to me? Why do you come into my city and take such heinous actions against me?
You just go the whole hog on this one.
I mean, you have to at this
That's
point.
right,
I
at this
mean,
point.
it's called out, right?
Because there's a certain individual whom you are very close with who
Allegedly.
initiated these actions. A certain Englishman who's on a ship that's docked next to yours, near your warehouse.
Or was until earlier.
The gentleman to whom you refer is a close ally. His actions are in concert with my own. When you act against him, you act against me. This is utterly unacceptable. I cannot permit these sorts of actions to continue to take place here.
Well, we'll leave Shanghai then.
Oh, dear friends, we are past that stage. There can be no leaving Shanghai for you.
You got that gun?
One of us will survive. He's not
Did I
dead.
say that out loud?
It seems like we're in an impasse then.
What would you propose then?
I believe your motives are more flexible than the rest. You may enter my service. Yours, however, may be flexible. If you denounce your God, you may enter my service. The rest of you, I do not believe that you are compatible with the means and the goals that I have set forth. As such, I see that you serve no other purpose than food for my allies. After all, you two at least have properly stuffed yourselves already.
Okay, that's
Are
where
you
the gun
still
comes
eating?
out. I just wanted to make sure.
I'll drop my fork.
Could we understand your motivations and where you're going before we give up on my companions? They have great value.
The door's open.
Mm-hmm.
I already.
Yeah, no, you
okay.
pulled the gun.
I'm pulling the gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
Sword King's out.
Sure. You stand up, grab the sword cane, you pull a gun. The double doors at the other end of the room, the one you came through, the only doors into this room, I believe, open up.
These here or these here?
These here.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, we'll use these two. That'll work. Those two doors open up, and you see these hunched over people's generous word, about 6 feet tall, big, bulbous eyes, greenish black flesh, fins coming off from their ears and spines along their heads, big webbed hands. And everybody give me a stability roll.
I already know what they
I'm
are.
surprisingly okay with this.
And you can spend points on that, right?
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
can if
spend
you
a
need.
point.
You can
should've.
spend stability points on that if you tell me before you make the
Yeah, I
roll.
already
What
rolled.
is
I
it,
should have done it. I
stability?
forgot.
Stability.
Well, I got
I'm gonna
one.
spend one. 3.
I rolled a 2, but I should have spent some.
I got
Okay.
a 3.
All right. So everybody that got a 4 or less loses 2 stability. And based on the descriptions and the terms you've been throwing around, you realize that this is 6 deep ones here.
So I have to pull out my second gun.
And they are moving in.
I guess I'll try to grab a carving knife off that table.
Sure. Yes, there's steak knives on the table.
Sure, I'll grab one of those.
Sure.
Something to defend myself.
Just a suggestion,
It's time
Father.
to run. It's time to run.
I think maybe you should, instead of spend 2 bullets on the protagonists as opposed to their minions.
Oh no, there's rounds are going to go hopefully into one or both of those guys, but if they're coming through this door, it's time for us to run through this one. You get what I'm
He's
saying?
saying shoot Hofang.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
All right. So, Alexander, what are you doing? You have been offered a position of power in Hofang's organization.
I'm gonna wait my turn. I'll wait to see what everybody else does. I'm not quick to react.
Mustafa?
So, who's closer to me, Stafford or Hofang?
Stanford is closer to you.
What is Stanford doing? Anything?
Well, he hasn't even stood up yet.
So I'm sitting with them too.
Okay.
I'm going to threaten and look menacingly at the deep ones while edging closer to Stanford.
Sure.
And when I get close enough, I'm going to stab Stanford.
Okay.
Hard.
Samus?
Like, really hard.
So would I consider the steak knife that I have or my personal knife to be a better weapon?
Your personal knife's a better weapon.
So I'll equip that and I guess defend myself against the fishmen. They're the ones that are attacking, right?
Well, they haven't moved into it. They're moving into the room. You could probably still make a break for it.
Oh yeah, that's probably the right
Okay,
move.
then I'll run toward the exit.
All right. So you're making a break for it.
You know, that's my motive throughout the
That's
Probably smart.
Rose.
Yeah, I'll run for the door too.
Okay. And Father.
Oh, I'm going to start shooting and then get my little behind out that door too.
Okay.
Hopefully with enough bullets.
Alexander, did that clarify anything?
Yeah. I should probably get up and go.
I kind of wanted to lasso him, but I don't have a lasso rope, so and pull him with me. It's like,
Big
he's
hook.
Going, he's
Come on,
going
buddy.
for it. Come on, let's get up.
Okay.
I'll just steal at Hofang. I'll be back. And run with this guy.
I'll be back in a minute, bud.
Yeah. Let me talk some sense into them. We'll see soon.
All
Is
right.
he shot? Is he?
So, Samus is going to be the first one out the door because he had no reservations. Your first thought was, I'm just running like hell. Rose, I think, was second out the door because your thoughts were grab a knife and then run like
Defend
hell.
myself. And
So I want both of you guys to give me athletics rolls to see how fast you're running. Just the two of them.
I'll spend a point.
Okay.
I'll start with part two.
It's
I have
not
4.
your run skill?
I have 2.
Fleeing?
Fleeing? Oh, yeah, fleeing. Fleeing's even better. Go ahead
Oh,
and
fleeing's
use
even
fleeing
better?
instead of
Yeah,
athletics.
I'll,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I got a point to that too.
Okay.
Right.
I ran faster than her. That's
Well,
what
you
matters.
spend a point, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't
you
have to
took
run
a point.
faster than the deep
You
You
ones.
spent a point,
Just
but
faster
you
than
rolled a
Rose.
1. So,
Yes.
so you went to stand up, and you decided to wear a very nice dress, and it got caught underneath the chair leg.
I hate these damn dresses. That's why I never wear them.
You're out the door and hurrying down the hallway
Toward the entrance.
towards the main entrance. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Were you heading out that way, or were you going to run deeper into the?
No, the way I know.
Okay.
I go the way I know.
All right.
What do you want to do?
Bing,
What do you want
you
to
were going to take some shots. You were moving to confront Stanford.
No, I was stabbing the fuck out of that dude.
Moving to confront Stanford.
I'm running out the door.
And you were going to reluctantly run.
Yeah.
So the deep ones are going to get to go before any of the rest of you because they're deep ones. They're faster. So one of them is going to take a big ol' swing with its claws. Actually, two of them are going to go for Mustafa. Go ahead and give me... But you're focusing on Stanford, so you're not even trying to defend yourself against these guys?
Well, I didn't. As soon as I saw them come in, I already knew what the deep ones were.
Yeah.
So I'd stand up, draw my sword, and head towards the door. But on my way past, I'm kind of feigning that I'm more worried about the deep ones, but I really want to kill Staff.
All right, so you're going to take 12 points of damage from the two deep one attacks.
What? I can't go yet. You gotta wait.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Are you okay?
No. I'm at minus
We
2.
got ready.
All
Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2.
We got ready yet.
Yes, I'm at minus 2.
Goofy dog.
We gotta wait.
right. If your pool is anywhere from 0 to -5, you are hurt with a few superficial cuts and bruises. Investigative ability spends are not permitted. The difficulty number of all tests and contests, including opponents' hit thresholds, are increased by 1. Make a consciousness roll. You deliberately strain yourself to remain conscious, reducing your health pool by an amount of your choice. You may not voluntarily reduce your health below -11. For each point you reduce it, add 1 to your die result. Difficulty of the consciousness roll is based on your health pool before you make this reduction.
So 12 is the difficulty?
Yeah, since you took so much damage.
Well,
well, the
I'm
first
not
one's going to have taken you down 6. What was your health pool initially?
10.
So, so your difficulty would be a 4.
But you said -5. I'm at minus 2.
From 0 to -5.
Oh, okay. So I have to what?
You have to make a consciousness roll.
So just a D6.
And you can spend health on it if you want. You need a 4.
I'm gonna spend 1.
Okay.
4.
All right.
So 5.
So you stay conscious. You'll be able to act normally.
Okay.
It hurts like hell, but you'll be able to act normally.
You've been disemboweled before. Old
Yeah, this is really
old hat.
It's
right?
just a
Point.
flesh wound.
You got this. I'm defending myself.
You are defending yourself as you're trying to make your way out. So give me a scuffling roll.
Spend a point.
All right.
3.
Okay.
Now, what's your athletics?
My athletics is 4.
4. What's yours?
The first hit does 7 points of damage,
Wow.
and the second one does 5.
2.
2. Okay.
I'm at 1.
Okay.
See if you can get above, like I got 8.
So,
it
go ahead
makes
and
it
give me
harder
the
for them
fleeing
to hit
roll
you
then.
Yeah,
quick.
can I spend a bunch of points?
You can.
You're not quick to stand there and fight guy.
I'm
I
gonna
had to
spend.
because of that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
spend 4.
All right.
I got an 8.
All right. You probably grab Rose by the arm as you go fleeing out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sprinting. You are right on Samus's heels.
Okay.
You got kind of beat up on that,
Yeah.
but
I save you, you save me.
You didn't save me.
Keep saying that. It hurts my feelings.
You hurt my feelings when you drugged me and took away my hand.
go
I
ahead
was
and give
helping
me a scuffling roll.
Keep saying that
Scuffling?
too.
Well,
I
actually,
don't
you
understand.
because you weren't focusing on you're focusing on shooting. You don't really care what the deep ones are doing.
If they're
Right.
attacking me,
They're going to be attacking you before
yeah,
you get to act. So you're going to try
Yeah,
and
I'll-
shoot them, or do you want to try and shoot?
whatever's going to kill me first. Yeah, I'll
They're
go after
moving
that.
in to kill you first.
Then
Okay.
I'll both barrel
Then
the suckers.
Give me a shooting roll.
Alright, so
Save some
first
for
shot.
Hofang.
It's just going to be one roll.
You want 2 guns? I can't shoot.
You'll get 2 damage if you hit them both, but it's just going to be one roll.
Okay.
Are you spending points on it?
No,
Okay.
I got a 2, so I missed.
Okay. So that means they hit you. 6 points on the first swing and 5 on the second.
Oh, that sucks.
Did you want to still take a shot on somebody else?
Oh, thank kill it. Well, if he's, I'm gonna yell for, let's get the hell out of here. But yeah, I'm going to, as I'm
working
going
on it.
backwards now.
Yeah.
I will.
It stuffed my intestines.
No, I will put a shot into Hofang.
That you're not going to get to flee this turn then if you do that.
Then I will shoot a deep one in the face as I try to slow it down so I can get the hell out
Okay,
of there.
that's kind of what you already did.
Okay.
So you
If it means that I can't, well, I'm not going to just leave him here.
He didn't
He
tell you
didn't
about
tell
the
you-
rowdy food.
I was just gonna say the same thing. He didn't tell you about the food, and he ate it, and he deserves it.
Wow. You're gonna get some. If I live, you're getting some fucked up dreams.
what you doing?
Oh shit! Did I say that out loud again?
All right. I'm trying to decide if would I just take off or would I try to help Mustafa here.
I'm running.
You're
Or would you
priest.
join the cult? You have an option.
Right.
You're a
Don't-
priest. You would help them. You help the
Yeah,
kids.
I'm
in
gonna.
the
I'm
alley.
gonna. So we can both get out of
You're
there.
going to try and grab him?
Yeah.
Okay, just give me the fleeing roll.
All right. I am gonna spend points on this because I think
Yeah.
we need to get the hell out of here.
Look at me.
So
I'm trying to talk. You're a priest. You gotta
there'll be
save.
3 on this one.
All
As
right.
Brock's pulling me out, Alexander.
So I got a 9.
Honestly,
Wow.
John did that.
All right.
I would have left you.
So yeah, you grab Mustafa, who is kind of stumbling after getting
Disemboweled again.
not quite disemboweled, but slashed up pretty thoroughly, and goes sprinting out of there. Your guys are probably 6 blocks away before you realize that no one is in pursuit of you.
Yet. Yeah. Go to dinner.
Can I like poke Stafford on my way out?
Kick him.
Sure. Give me a roll.
As you're being dragged, is he dragging you out? You're gonna.
Yeah.
It's the weapons, right?
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. 6.
Were you spending points?
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and roll damage.
Spend points on that.
Okay.
No, you can't. I know.
One.
All right. So as you are,
Oh, actually, a D6 plus 1, so 2.
all right. So as you're, as after you were badly injured, Father grabs you, and you just flail out with your sword cane at Stanford as Father's dragging you out of the room, and you manage to chop off the top of Stanford's ear
Nice work.
with your sword cane.
Piss off the sorcerer.
Yeah, you
Fuck all
pissed
you
him off.
It's all right.
Now he can
He
never
might
be an
need
elf.
that ear though to do a spell.
His cosplay is gonna suck. His elven cosplay. He just ruined it.
I'm gonna, as soon as we realize we're not being followed, I'm gonna throw up in the side of the road.
All right. Samus, you following that lead?
Should I? Is there a reason to be throwing up right now? Okay, then I will.
All right.
It's time to get back to our hotel quickly.
Well, I mean, they know where we're staying.
Yeah.
so.
They know everything.
But I want to get back to that hotel.
Everything.
That's all right. We know everything too.
Well, so what do you guys think about that offer?
I'm sure it's still on the table.
If
Well, you know what? Let's let them go in there and get some inside information for us. Go ahead. Go for it.
Yeah.
Go join it.
I'd have to kill at least 2 of you guys to get back in there.
Just 2.
Well,
which 2?
I
stop looking at me.
I need Seamus. My father's probably joining me here, so you guys are on the lock.
I can save you.
Well, never mind.
Yeah.
So where were you heading to?
We're going back to the hotel.
Okay.
Yeah. You need to patch up.
I need to patch up too. You
We're going to leave that
medicine
hotel.
I need medicine on you. Oh, now you want my help.
and then go
Fine,
to
don't.
Jack's place because more guns are always better than none.
Okay, is that the plan? Does
Yeah.
everybody agree to
I'm
that?
going to leave a coder message for Declan at the desk. Take this crap with us as well.
Okay.
You
You
guys,
go where?
it's middle of the night, right?
Yeah, Jack's.
No, it's really not. It was, you were going to dinner at like 7.
But the banks are closed, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, by the time you're back and get your stuff together, it's probably not even 8.
Yeah.
One of us should go to the
It's
Stumbling
March,
Tiger,
so it's dusk.
or all of us.
Well,
I've heard I'd like to get patch shipping.
yeah. I mean, I wasn't taking down the negatives, but I'm close.
Me too.
I'm close to 0.
I'm at 1.
I'm not sure what I do to heal. To
Medicine.
try to heal. Medicine
Yeah.
or first aid.
Medicine, you can spend a point to give a d6 back to somebody.
I'll spend a point then.
How many points do you have in medicine?
I have 5.
Spend 1 for him first. He's the worst.
Yeah, he's in
He's
trouble.
bleeding the most.
Am I hesitating? I don't think I am.
You're gonna get some fucked up dreams.
Here, now you cannot give me fucked up dreams. Here, do it. I give you life.
So
Okay.
roll d6. That's how
Roll
much you get back.
D6.
Give him 1 point.
5.
It starts from
Does that
0,
go-
so you'll be at 5.
And then I need help too if you can. Spend a point for me.
So I have 5, so I'll spend 1 here and then another. And then you say you are
Yeah,
dead?
yeah.
So I'll be using all my
Or
medicine
does
to
Jack?
save you
Does
guys.
Jack have people that can medicine?
He's probably got a medic, but they're not going to be somebody with a
Oh, okay.
an actual
Yeah.
degree in medicine. It's going to be
Let's go for
First
the
aid.
6.
Yeah.
Spend 1 for Brock.
3.
Great.
Thank you. I like you a little bit more.
like her more or hate her less.
Potato.
And I start spend 1 for you too.
Yeah,
Both.
I could use that. I learned a valuable lesson here. I'm not going anywhere without my Thompson anymore.
Oh, 2 for you.
It's all right.
I actually had my
No.
12 gauge on me, the sawed-off one. I didn't feel like it was appropriate to shoot it at dinner.
I'll spend a point for first aid.
Sure. You get to the Stumbling Tiger, and
We stumble into the stumbling.
hold on. As you're approaching it, you smell smoke.
I burned that motherfucker down.
Yeah, they did.
I'm surprised our hotel's not burned down.
Stumbling
Our rooms-
Tiger
our
is a
rooms
bit of a
probably have been
fireball
totally
when you arrive.
What's that?
Our rooms probably have been looted. We just haven't got back there yet.
No, we went
No,
back.
you
Well, we
guys
went
got
back.
back.
Oh, we went there.
Got our
Yeah.
Go
stuff.
straight there first,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of Jack's. All right. Hopefully this naval thing happens now, because I'm primed. I am primed. I want to gun down these people now.
We
I
can
know
bur-
you don't.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not against it.
We can burn his boat up. It's at the dock, probably.
Honestly,
No,
that's
And the
fun.
warehouse.
The warehouse is there. Hofang's boat is there, but Penhu's boat is not.
Penhu's was the one with the radiation poisoning, right?
Yeah.
These are deep ones, yeah. Well, we need to get a hold of.
See if we can get patched up a little more.
That's where the bomb's at.
Of course, we tell Jack exactly what happened.
Well, you're heading to.
That's
You
where
were
we
going
are.
to the Stumbling Tiger first.
Oh,
I didn't know if
It's
you.
burning.
Um,
Well, that's.
Is anybody
Oh.
still?
That's you saw that it was burning to the ground.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Is anybody?
All right, time to go.
Yeah, I'm not hanging out in the street.
Yeah. Time to go.
Yeah, we need to make sure nobody follows us.
Well, they've already found us. They know exactly where we're at. We need to get Jack on alert because now, and it relate to what happened. And
We should see if Jack's people will go and destroy the warehouse. And
don't.
so then,
Well, it's a good idea, but I have a feeling that we want to get on that boat. We want to get to that island. So we got to tell Jack before his place turns into a ball of fire.
Yeah. It's time to go.
A lot
but
of haste.
if Jack's people can go to the warehouse, burn that down, and get us on that boat, because isn't there a crew on there? So we need people.
Assaulting a warehouse and assaulting a boat at the same time.
And let's get Hugh too.
Yeah, we'll have to pick up.
So I feel like the warehouse would be a distraction, and then we can get on the boat.
I'm going straight to Jack's fast as I can. Put it that way.
Okay.
Why would we
He's
go
gotta get
get
warned.
on the boat?
Don't we want to go to the island?
Only
Why
when
would
the
we want to
naval
go to the
attack happens.
islands? I do not want to go to the island until it's been had the shit bombarded out of it.
Right. And then we hopefully mop up the leftovers. We'll see. This might all go to shit. We may all die in a big wave, but I can definitely kill some people on a boat that are deep ones.
Well, I think I'm definitely going to arm myself better. But we should go to Jax and warn him what's going on. So maybe they can move operations or whatever.
Yeah.
That island is probably crawling with deep ones.
Well, hopefully 42mm shells will make them, instead of crawling, like stumble
Or slithering.
or
Did we
drag
get
their
anything out
half
of Ho Fong
gone.
on what was going on the island? Or no? We didn't get nothing.
Bad things.
We barely escaped with our lives. And he was going to do this to us at some point anyway, so.
Yes.
Nana, we escaped.
I kind of didn't expect you to, in all fairness, but
Escape?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, we never went back to that lady's house to pick up our sixth man. Are we just going to leave him behind?
He's probably safer there than with us.
No, I
At
think
the
we should go
moment.
back and get him.
Well, regardless, I'm going to Jack as fast as possible to warn him. I'll tell him what happened.
Yeah.
The gig's up. Hopefully this thing will happen soon. If not,
It might not happen at all, man. If he killed the dude today.
it's
He
true.
knew what we were doing. I say we just get that island and try and make it happen.
Well,
But we
either
have to
way,
get Shanghai either way.
we got to get. He's going to assemble the troops. Hopefully, once that happens, we'll take a boat and go.
And we have to get out of Shanghai either way. We're not
Yes.
safe in Shanghai another day.
Yeah.
We need to
The Black
assemble
Fairy told me
the.
that.
We need to assemble the Avengers.
Yes.
Like,
Could really
Okay.
use Captain.
What does Jack say?
I'm right here. What do you
So
How come you weren't punching Nazis when we needed you to?
you guys get to Jack's. You went to Ho Fang's?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Well, he kept following us, so we just decided
we
to
were
talk to him.
hungry, and
In all honesty, it was.
You're lucky to be alive.
Well, barely. Look at me.
In all honesty, it was more along the lines of knowing who we're going up against. Up until now, he's a name. Now we know what he's capable of.
So what's he capable of?
He's controlling the fish people, and the fishmen are.
He's definitely aligned with
Fishmen are
Penhew
bad.
and the other people.
I told you that.
Well, we knew that. Yeah, but now we know for sure.
we're just gluttons for punishment.
We do know that he knows everything that we've done. He knows where you're at. He told us so. So now you know he knows.
Fantastic.
And there's a big possibility that unless our friend in the Imperial Navy got a message out before the Stumbling Tiger burnt to the ground tonight.
Well, he trashed the bar.
Yeah.
Man, it was the best bar in town.
Probably still is.
So,
I've never smelled burned pea before. It was quite interesting.
Burn pea.
Scent.
I didn't know urine could smell that bad.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have a story for after the game.
Oh.
Never piss on a campfire? Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that.
So,
What?
we'll fill him in and we're going to have to drop back and punt on this one.
Yeah. I don't know what else we could do. I mean, we did everything right.
I've learned two valuable lessons during this encounter. One, he doesn't tell us everything. Two, he's untrustworthy.
Maybe not trustworthy.
Three, I am not going anywhere without my Thompson anymore.
What do you mean untrustworthy? I had your guys' back the whole time. I got her out of there.
You did.
Yeah.
But you
I
were
say-
cons-
I say
I
some-
saw the look on your face.
I say some
All I
crazy
told
shit.
you, all I did was not tell you not to eat the food, which I ate. I was fine. The food wasn't poison. It's just that guy is a dick, and he has fish people working for him, which we already knew.
All right. Well, is there any other? Unless anyone has any questions, this is probably as good of a stopping point as we're going to hit.
How fast can I learn how to use a grenade?
I think it takes about 5-6 seconds. So we will wrap things up here and pick up with you guys in your meeting with Jack Brady at the start of next session. If you want to consider any plans, this probably isn't the worst time ever to perhaps have a discussion offline between sessions to see
Where this
how
is
you guys
going.
want to proceed.
We'll have to talk.
Brock, I think you said you were going to be out
I'm going to be gone for the next 2
next
weeks.
couple of weeks, so that'll be when you give in to Ho Fang and join his side. Right?
Just for a little bit, yeah.
And for anyone at home, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, hit us up on Facebook and the Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign at Immortals Inc. Thanks, folks.